evening and welcome to the annual Forest Hills Tailgate Party. I'm Kim Hostetler and I will be your host for just a little while as we walk through our tailgate party and visit some of our coaches and some of the players who are trying to raise some money for their team or organization. So we're going to take a look right over here. I believe it's the cross-country runners, I should say. And it looks like they are really busy doing some braiding of hair and painting of faces. Let's take a look. All right, so with me right now is Mrs. Kelly Lashinsky. We'll see if she can talk and braid hair all at the same time. So Kelly, why are we braiding hair? What's the whole purpose here today?
For the cross-country team. This is for the cross-country team. We are braiding, spray painting hair, and we're doing face paint. So come on down to get beautiful.
Fantastic. I don't know. Do you think you could spray paint maybe Mr. Hunter's hair? Oh, let's hope so, right? Exactly. So do you have any idea what the money is going towards this year?
The cross-country team.
Just in general, right? Very good. Well, I hope you raise a lot. You're going to look gorgeous, honey. You'll look beautiful.
Yeah, that's not even hurting her.
All right, so with me right now is Mr. Tom Hunter. Tom is and has been the coach of the cross-country team for how many years, Tom?
40.
No way. 40 years.
I shouldn't say that, but yes, 40 years. 40 plus years, I'd say. Yes.
I know. Everyone's like, what? That's amazing.
It is.
And with you
This
is?
is my granddaughter, Amelia.
Hi, Amelia.
Her mother is a 6th grade teacher here.
Aw, so her mom is teaching 6th grade at the elementary school, Mrs. Bodie, right? She is a cutie, isn't she? I love it.
So she was super excited to come down to her first tailgate party.
This is your first one?
Yes.
Good for you. Are you having fun? Yeah. Good. That's awesome. So it looks like you're raising all kinds of money here, Tom.
Well, this will help the cross-country team for the junior high attend an invitational in Portage, actually. So, yeah.
Portage, is that a new one?
I think last year was, and this will be the first year they've gone. And so the money they raise here will help.
Very good. Well, I hope you raise a lot of money today, and I hope you have an awesome time at your first tailgate party, Amelia. So cute. Thanks, Tom. Have a great night. All right, so with me right now is Mrs. Bonnie Nadonnelly, and she is the golf coach. First year, right?
Well, it's my second year. I was the assistant coach last year and took the coaching position this year.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Excellent. And what are we selling here today?
We have pulled pork.
Oh,
Look at that. Did you get a shot of that? It's excellent. Compliments of Jocelyn Sorchilla.
so you didn't make it?
I make that, no. So it's
That sounds like me. I don't cook too often.
macaroni salad.
Oh, did you make that?
I did not make that either.
Oh, okay.
No, so it's, again, safe. Yeah.
Yum. Very good. And you know what? I see they are selling these bracelets right here. Look what's on my wrist. Look, check it out. Check it out. On
Look
my
at that.
wrist.
You have
On
two
my
wrists,
wrist.
you could have another.
Yeah, I could. Actually, I bought this before when it was a fundraiser. I love my jewelry, as you can see. Fantastic. So, is the money that you raise going towards anything in particular?
It is our boosters. It's raising money for the boosters, which helps the golf team, of course. So, yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Bonnie. That wasn't too bad, was it? Not too bad. Thank you so much. Best of luck on the rest of your season. Okay, so with me right now is Coach Richardson, and I need a step ladder here to reach up to his mouth. So, Coach Richardson, this is the first time I think we've interviewed anybody for the basketball team. Tell me a little bit about, are you excited for the season this year?
Yep, we are. We have a large group of 8th graders coming back that are 9th graders this year. A few of our players are possibly moving up to varsity, but with the mixture of 8th graders that were 7th graders last year, we feel we have a good nucleus coming back, and we're really excited for the upcoming season.
Fantastic, very good. And I see, what are you making today?
Funnel cakes.
All right, he was slaving away back there. Yes, funnel cakes. They look really good. I'm quite impressed. Is the money going towards anything in particular?
Basketball boosters. We pay for clothing and different things for our student athletes. So. Yep.
Good. Well, I wish you the best of luck on your upcoming season, and I hope you raise lots of money today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for joining me. All right, I was on my way to another organization and I had to stop because I saw Nicole and this cute little baby. Honey, are you enjoying your first tailgate? Yeah, are you? Oh my gosh, how cute is he? Is this a new one? She.
Wheezy.
Wheezy.
Wheezy. Yeah.
Nice.
Louisa May, but we call her Wheezy.
I love it. When did you get her?
She is 15 weeks old. We got her about the 3rd week in August.
She is adorable. See that dogs are welcome at the Forest Hills Tailgate Party. So bring your pets. And yes, pet friendly. Thank you. What a cutie. Hey, look who I found. It is our Director of Curriculum, Mr. Lucas Jacobs, and his beautiful wife, Tina. And I interrupted them buying some sloppy pigs, I do believe, right?
I can't wait. We are definitely hungry and they smell great, so we're excited.
Fantastic. How about you, Tina? Did you have anything good to eat so far?
We haven't had the buffalo dip.
That sounds really good too. Yeah, I must say, I saw Trevor Burkett had a big old bowl of sloppy pigs too, and I said, I gotta have some of those.
Yes.
Anything here? No, you can't.
Lucas, I cannot remember, and I know we've been doing this tailgate party for a long time. Do you have any idea what year it is that we've been?
I don't, but I'm gonna say it's too many that I can say. 5, 10 years at least.
At least, yes. And it's always a huge success, as you can see. I don't know if Mr. E, you can get some shots of the crowd here, and it only grows and grows as time gets closer to the big game tonight. So it was great running into you. I hope you have a great evening.
Perfect night for this. It's great weather. Lots of people here supporting Forest Hills. I can't wait for the game to start.
Go Rangers. All righty. Thank you. All right, joining me right now is Mr. Ben Grove. He is the coach for the Forest Hills esports team. Ben, I know there's been a lot of exciting things happening for the esports team. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. We're very happy and proud to actually have a lab now, thanks to IT and so many other people that were making it possible. Now we have a place that we can call our own, and it's fundraisers like this that really help the kids out, and it makes them feel belonged in the school, and that's what makes me happy.
And you know, Ben, I've been seeing a lot. I'm on Instagram and Twitter, and I see an awful lot about the esports team on those two social media. What is it? Social media what? Platforms. There we go. Yes, and it's awesome to see what the kids are doing and what you're doing with the program.
Oh, absolutely. We actually, speaking of social media, we actually have 2 of our students that got social media internships with the esports company, and we've only heard positive things. And I'm not the creative type, and for our girls and anybody that wants to be in social media or just content design, we're absolutely looking for kids that are able to do that stuff. It's just not about gaming. There's so many other facets that we're exploring right now.
Right. Well, I'm just so happy for you guys. Very proud of the work that you've done and what the kids have done. And it looks like you have a lot of goodies here today.
The moms have done a fantastic job. There's no way I could make all this food, and so we're happy to feed anybody here at Forest Hills for the Forest Hills meal deal, $7.
Yeah, you can't beat that. $7 for the Forest Hills meal deal? Wow. Well, oh, you got to show the cake. Look at that. Yum, yum. Green and gold. All for the Rangers. Yes. Well, best of luck to you for your upcoming season. And I thank you so much for joining me. All right.
Thank you.
So, as we're strolling about, we ran into these 2 lovely ladies selling candied apples. Are you getting a good shot of that? Check it out. So tell me your names and what are you doing?
Kelly Miller, Kayla Weindrel, and we're selling candy apples for Forest Hills Rifle. They are 1 for $2, 3 for $5.
Sounds good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Forest Hills Rifle. That's awesome. Are you doing pretty well with the sales?
We're doing all right.
Good for you. That's awesome. You know, they look really, really good. And it's one of those, like, I need a toothbrush as soon as you should be handing out toothbrushes and toothpaste after you sell the apple. But boy, they look delicious, girls.
Yeah.
All right. Best of luck on your season. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. So as we were strolling about here, we saw the table for the tennis team. And you know, Mr. Waxmunski over there has been coaching for how many years? Do you have any idea?
It's like 46. I think this is the
46 years. That is incredible.
I know. He's trying to get to 50, I think.
I'm just so impressed. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So tell me, what is your name, dear? And tell me a little bit about what you're doing today.
My name's Nadia, and we're just selling cookies here. We were gonna try to sell some cotton candy, but we couldn't find anything to. So we just decided to sell cookies, and we always sell like the old tennis balls to people for pretty cheap, and then we get new tennis balls and sign them.
You know, I bet you those tennis balls really go with the little kiddos, don't they?
Yeah, they all like them. There's more people buy the tennis balls than they do the cookies.
I bet. Well, you know what? I hope you save me some of those kind with the Hershey Kisses in. Those are my favorite. And I bought them last year, and I ate like probably a dozen of them. So make sure you save me some. And I believe this is Nadia Daubert, right? Oh, wait. We do have the goat, because whenever I wanted to interview Mr. Waxmunski, he said, oh no, interview the goat over there. I just saw on social media all kinds of things about you, Nadia. Tell us what you just earned recently.
Well, I just won district singles for AA, and yeah, I get to go to states in November. So that's exciting.
Congratulations, honey. I am so proud of you, as well as the entire Forest Hills community. That is what an awesome feat. Congratulations. Wow, she is the goat. How about that? That's pretty cool. Well, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome. And best of luck at States, honey.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So look at these two little cuties I have with me. Something tells me they are raptoshes. I'm not sure. There's a fruit fly. So tell me your name, love bug.
Riel.
Riel.
Joey.
And Joey, I see them in school from time to time. Aren't they cute? So what do you think? What do you think about the tailgate?
Very cool.
Tell me what you had to eat so far.
A slushie.
Just a slushie. Is that dinner tonight? Mom's not cooking, right? No. How about you, sweetie? What have you had today?
A slushie.
A slushie too. Anything else to eat?
Yeah.
All right, here's what I want you to do. On the count of 3, I want you to stick out your tongue, so I bet you yours is green and yours is red, right? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I love it. We'll have a great time. All righty, thanks for joining me. So, on my travels here, look who I ran into, Mr. Don Bailey, the former head coach of our football team. And tonight, he is one of our Forest Hills Distinguished Alumni. I am so thrilled to run into you, Mr. Bailey. And I know the last time I interviewed you, it was probably about 50 yards to my right on the football field.
That was probably 4 years ago or 5 years ago.
You're exactly right.
Always nice to interview with you.
Aw, well, thank you. So what do you think here? Is this your first tailgate on this side of the fence?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, there's a lot of really good food to eat.
That's what everyone's telling me. We're going to shop through and then pick something out on the way back.
Yes, exactly. That's what I do. I always start at one end, check it all out, and then make, the second trip around. Good. Well, I am just, congratulations on being named one of our Forest Hills Distinguished alumni. I am so thrilled that you are receiving this honor.
Well, thank you. It's been a long journey. It's been a great ride. And a lot of people responsible for any success I may have had.
Wow. Okay, you're going to make me tear up here. My goodness. Well, thank you. It's so nice to see you again, Mr. Bailey. I hope you enjoy the tailgate and the football game this evening.
I hope to. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, so we're coming down to the end of the tailgate party, and I run into a few. I think they're Forest Hills Ranger fans. I'm not sure. What's giving it away? Who do I have with me right now?
Bren.
Andrew. Mila.
Oh, okay. So I think I just interviewed your brother and sister, and I interviewed your cousin dog, what's his name? Wheezy. Yes, Wheezy, that's his name. So what are you doing here, kiddos? Like, are you here to get something to eat? Are you buying some goodies? What's happening?
We're here to hang out with our friends and eat good stuff.
Yes. Are you going to cheer on our Rangers tonight?
Yes. I hope they win.
Let me hear you give a really big cheer for the Rangers. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Go Rangers!
Woo! Have fun, kiddos. Thanks for joining me. And so, I don't want to say we saved the best for last, but, we're on our way back to the stadium here, and we had to grab the president of the Forest Hills Alumni Association, and this is Mrs. Brenda Barclay, and this is a really big year for you, isn't it?
It is actually. We are celebrating the Forest Hills Alumni Association Distinguished Alumni Class of 2022. Because we couldn't do it in 2020, we are celebrating 8 honorees this year, which is really great. They did an assembly at the school this afternoon, and their presentations are awesome for the students. So we're really thrilled to have them here tonight. We're going to have them announced before the football game, and then we have a banquet for them tomorrow night. So it's a big year for us. That's true.
Fantastic. So if someone would like to join the Forest Hills Alumni Association, how do we do this?
Well, if they were here tonight, they could join. They can go online to the foresthillsrangers.org website, go to the alumni drop-down menu, and there's actually a membership form there that they can join that way.
Very good. And I believe it's only $10, right?
Time membership.
Very good. And they also have all kinds of goodies. There we are. Look at that. Lanyards, shirts. We've got some license plate holders and so forth. So fantastic. Well, I'm sure everything will go really well this evening. Yes, we have a beautiful night for football and for some celebrations. So thank you, Brenda.
See ya.
Well, it looks like that's about it. We are at the end of the road here, and it is time for me to put down this mic and pick up a fork and knife and eat all kinds of goodies. I am going to throw it over to Mr. Scott Lashinsky, and he is going to be taking care of some interviews prior to the game. So thank you for joining me at the Forest Hills Tailgate Party.
Thank you, Kim. Welcome to G.H. Miller Memorial Stadium here on what's become pretty much of a tradition for us, putting this game on YouTube for Ranger fans. We're enjoying the tailgate party here. Been a tradition for a long time. I think Mr. Elias and I have just partaken in quite a few dishes out there. A lot of clubs and organizations raising money for their particular affiliation with lots of good food and festivities. But the real reason we're here is to watch some Ranger football. Somerset Eagles come to town tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be a great matchup. I'm Jay Elias alongside Scott Lashinsky here tonight. The Rangers come to us with a 1-4 record, but that 1-4 record is a little bit deceiving. I mean, this is a strong team we have this year. These guys are big, they're powerful. I see them in the weight room every single day in the off season. I think that 1-4 record is going to be turned around here by the end of the season by a lot. And it started last week, and I think it's going to continue here tonight, Scott.
Yeah, we sure hope so. They've had some tough losses, coming off a big win, and we got to start stacking them up now. That's the thing. Got to start stacking some wins. And we'll talk about the difficult schedule and some game plans. Hopefully we can get a hold of Coach Myers here very soon. All right, folks, we're back here with Coach Justin Myers of the Forest Hills Rangers, getting ready to take on Somerset tonight. And Coach, off to a little bit of a slow start if you look at your record, but I know we have to look a lot deeper than that. A little bit on the start of our season so far.
Yeah, you know, we opened up with our first 4 games against teams that are legitimate district champions or competitors for district championships. Our kids played very well the first 2 weeks against Richland and Bedford. Stumbled a little bit against Chestnut Ridge and played pretty well against Central Martinsburg. You know, and now we're getting to a part of our schedule, you know, where they've had that experience against some really good teams that we're able to, you know, compete a little bit better, and we have that experience going in.
And you mentioned the tough schedule that you've started with. Man, it really was, like you said, a district championship every weekend. And now you're getting into this part of your schedule. How do the kids stay motivated, and what do you guys do as a staff to, hey, we can't take anybody lightly here?
Oh, the kids have been fantastic so far. They, you know, every week they come in on Monday, they're ready to work, you know, and they're focused. And they know that they're a good football team. We know that they're a good football team, and they worked really hard all summer in the the weightlifting, the conditioning program, and even in the wintertime too, up through the spring. And you know, they're not putting that work to waste right now. You know, they know that every week we can come out and win, we can compete, and that's where we're at right now.
Jay?
Coach, you mentioned the weightlifting program. That's something I know near and dear to my heart. I'm with your guys every day in the off season, and I see what they do in that weight room. They're working hard. They're in there putting the time in. They're pounding the weights. They're lifting those heavy weights so they can get out here and they can push those guys around. And we talk about that. I really, that slow start that you had, I mean, those first 2 games, a combined maybe 10-point difference, you know, and we have a whole different look at that season right now. I think this is where it's going to turn around. Last week, a big win. Hopefully a big win tonight. I think what can you say about those guys up in the weight room and that strength that they've been putting in and the time they've been putting into the season?
We knew coming into the season that our strength was our strength. With our offensive line, defensive line, and as strong as they are, they're the ones that kept us in the games against Richland and Bedford. They gave us chances to win. Our front five did a great job stopping the running game in both of those games, and we were able to run the ball in both of those games very well against two very, very good football teams. So right now, it's not a surprise that the strength of our team has been, our offensive and defensive line because of their strength, and they're able to push people around and move people, to allow Colton Daniel to run the ball, who's obviously, Colton Daniel's our strongest kid we have on our team too, so it's hard to tackle him. But, we've been able to run the ball with Colton, Benny Hartice last week, Nate Cornell, we're able to throw the ball to Jeremy and Colby, and do different things. And that's because of our guys up front and their strength and what they've done in the weight room with you.
Right. Well, yeah, and in the time that they put in with you in the summertime, I mean, we have Zach, JT, Devin, and on. Those guys are up there. They're putting the time in, and they're able to open those holes up, like you said, so that running game can really pick up. And I think that we're seeing that now. As the season goes on, I think we're going to see more holes open up. We're going to see that running game continue to just pound that ball at them and continue with some more wins down the road.
Absolutely. Any coach will tell you that the key to success is having a good running game. And if we can run the ball every week in and week out, control the football, punch the ball in the end zone, take time off the clock, give our defense a break so they're not on the field all the time. That's how you're going to win football games. And, that's been our goal all year this year. And like I said, I think now we're going to start putting some wins together, and we're going to be good for the long haul.
Okay, I think you're exactly right, Coach. Thank you very much. Good luck the rest of the season. Good luck tonight.
Good evening, Ranger fans. Tonight we are pleased to present the Forest Hills Alumni Association Distinguished Alumni Class of 2022. A familiar name and face to many of tonight's football fans is Don Bailey, graduate of the Forest Hills High School Class of 1969. In addition to his many accomplishments on the football field as both a player and a coach, and his contributions to the Forest Hills School District as a teacher, principal, and a superintendent, Mr. Bailey is also a founding member of the Forest Hills Alumni Association, which honors him tonight. Please give a huge Rangers welcome and a round of applause for Coach Don Bailey. Dr. Richard Knavel, a graduate of the Adams Summerhill High School Class of 1963, may be another familiar face to local pet owners, where he continues to practice veterinary medicine in our area as he has for the past 52 years. He has also been active in the community in the Lions Club, Boy Scouts, Salix Community Club, and on the Forest Hills School Board. Please give a round of applause for Dr. Richard Knavel. Our youngest distinguished alumni this year, Dr. Amanda McKendry, is a graduate of the Forest Hills High School Class of 1997. She obtained several college degrees since her graduation from Forest Hills and is currently the Academic Director for Undergraduate Studies for the Mendoza College of Business at the University of Notre Dame. Dr. McKendry was also a standout softball pitcher at Forest Hills High School and Chatham University in Pittsburgh. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Amanda McKendry. Dr. Walter Przelik is a graduate of the Forest Hills High School Class of 1970. He received degrees from Juniata College and Thomas Jefferson University. Dr. Przelik continues to have a successful career in academic medicine at Midwestern University and has received numerous awards for his excellence in teaching. Although he may not be as familiar to older football fans as Don Bailey, he is proud to be one of the many nameless offensive linemen who opened up gaping holes so that Don could become the star running back for the Forest Hills Rangers football team in 1968. Please give a round of applause for Dr. Walter Przelik. Another familiar face to many in the Forest Hills School District is Paul Robinson. A graduate of South Fork Croyle High School Class of 1959, Mr. Robinson spent 33 years as a teacher, assistant principal, assistant superintendent, and eventually served as superintendent of the Forest Hills School District. It is during this time as superintendent at Forest Hills that the school district was awarded recognition as a District of Excellence. Mr. Robinson also retired as a colonel after 30 years with the U.S. Army Reserves. Thank you for your service. Please give a round of applause for Mr. Paul Robinson. Dr. Peter Schoner is a graduate of Forest Hills High School, Class of 1975. Dr. Schoner is currently the Dean of the School of Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Mathematics at St. Francis University. He is to be commended for his sharp eye in seeing talent and potential in students, as he is credited for creating what his colleagues fondly refer to as Pete's Pittsburgh Pipeline. His accomplishments on the academic level and his eye for talent have helped several students make important connections to further their careers, most notably in the world of medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Pete Schoner. The Forest Hills Alumni Association is also recognizing two distinguished alumni posthumously. Mary Peters Powell graduated from Forest Hills High School in 1979 and was valedictorian of her class. Mary and her older sister Barbara both suffered from cystic fibrosis, and Barbara, a Forest Hills High School class of 1978 graduate, passed away that fall while a freshman, pre-med student at UPJ. Mary defied the odds of a cystic fibrosis patient born in the early 1960s and graduated with highest honors from UPJ in 1983. She went on to have a very successful career in electrical engineering for almost 28 years, interrupted only in 1994 when she underwent a double lung transplant. Mary passed away in March 2022 due to complications from the disease. In 1975, Forest Hills High School JCs and JCettes started an annual basketball tournament to support the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation in honor of Barbara and Mary Peters. This tradition continues today as the annual volleyball tournament that also supports the Aaron Hostetler Scholarship Fund. Please welcome the family of Mary Peters Powell. Edward Terrick graduated from South Fork Royal High School in 1955 and was vice president of his class. Mr. Terrick was the epitome of excellence is the tradition. He believed in Forest Hills students and the people that worked with every aspect of the school. Students in the hallways at the senior high school affectionately called him Bear as he rumbled through the halls and called out to them by name with his gruff voice. But behind the facade, the students saw was an educator with a vision for the future of what Forest Hills could be, and he worked tirelessly in several positions at Forest Hills to see it become the district of excellence it is today. Mr. Terrick passed away in 2007, leaving behind a legacy of dedication to the people of the Forest Hills School District. Please welcome the family of Edward Terrick. Congratulations to the Forest Hills Distinguished Alumni Class of 2022.
All right, here we go. I'm Jay Elias alongside Scott Lashinsky.
Yes, sir. We're here for homecoming night in Sidman, Pennsylvania at G.H. Miller Memorial Field. What a tradition. Here come the Rangers in their green and gold.
Oh, I love this tradition, Scott. Here they come.
Yes, sir. Nothing like it. There goes the sign.
Yeah,
I tell you, they work so hard on the sign, and then they just run right through it.
I
It kind of
know.
seems, but, it's just tradition. You got to do what you got to do.
I pass those signs every week in the hallway, and they do such a beautiful job.
They
and I think,
do.
wow, it looks so nice, and it's gone.
Yeah.
That's it. In an instant.
I never used to think like that. I think we're starting to show our age.
Well, could be. You know
Most
what?
definitely.
Yeah.
It's a tradition, though, and it's a fun tradition
Sure
that
is.
Forest Hills has always done, and a lot of football teams do.
Yeah.
A lot, though, I see are not painting the signs, like we still do, and I think that's what makes Forest Hills so special.
You see they're like Velcroed in the middle, and they just run and it splits.
Right,
And then they
yeah.
reuse the signs over and over
Yeah,
again.
I like this idea better. It's personal for each game.
Yeah.
And as we've always said, excellent. Hey, I've got it right here, Scott. Excellence is a tradition. Right
it
there on my
is.
T-shirt.
If it's written on the T-shirt, it must be true.
That's right, buddy.
So we did not mean to open this on a 5-minute rant on running through paper. There's a lot more important things to discuss here this evening.
If I could, can I interject before
please.
these people leave the field? If you'll take a look at the shot right now, you will notice some, should I say, not elderly folks out there with the band, but it is also alumni evening for the band members. So any former band member that has played with the Marching Rangers, some of them have come back to march.
Look at that.
So
That is
before
so
they
cool.
leave the field, I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention.
That is
I
cool.
think
Thank
that's
you.
pretty neat.
It's
Thanks,
really
Kim.
neat. Yep.
So all of those people that you see without a uniform are
They used to have one.
alumni. That's right.
That's right.
They used to have one. That is really neat.
I'm sorry to interject there,
No,
Scott.
I'm
I just had to bring that to everyone's attention. I
I'm
think
so
it's pretty
glad
neat.
you did. That builds into the tradition that is happening here tonight. There's been distinguished alumni honored on the field after a ceremony today in the high school honoring the 2022 class of distinguished alumni.
Yes.
We could touch on them later.
Absolutely. That was a fantastic ceremony. Like you said, we'll talk about that throughout the game. But,
Yeah.
that was really, really nice. Very touching.
Yeah, it's just yet another thing that makes you proud to be a Ranger. There are a lot of people that leave here and go on to really, really special things.
Another tradition here at Forest Hills.
Yes. Yeah, speaking of tradition, I guess we'll keep going with the tailgate party. That's been a lot. Do you know how many years?
We were
I
talking
don't know.
about that.
We all mentioned that
man,
before.
I wish I knew the number
Yeah.
because it's been a long time and it just continues to grow. Such a great community event for people to get together before the game. A lot of benefits for the clubs and organizations in our school where they can raise some money, and there was a lot of good food out there, I must admit.
Oh, my. There certainly was. Lots of good food. If you went away hungry, you weren't doing it right. Let's
well,
put it that
I
way.
I actually went out and bought the rest of the cookies at one table. I said, I'll take what's left.
Did you eat them
Of
all?
the Hershey. No, I have them in my book bag over there.
You're gonna-
I shouldn't have said anything.
So you'll share those with us later,
Absolutely
then, I'm
not.
sure.
Absolutely. Those are my favorites. Those kinds with the big Hershey
You
kiss
all
in.
excuse me, I'll be right back. You know what? We've talked about everything but football. Here
Kim?
we go. The captains are out in the center of the
Yep.
field right
Kim,
now.
if you don't mind getting a shot of those captains out in the middle of the
Sorry,
field.
I'm taking pictures of
shaking
the
hands.
team here. All right.
Number 21, Dayton Mall. Number 22, Colby Rearick. Number 3, Colton Dannell. And number 62 is
Trevor Burkett.
Trevor Burkett. That's what I thought. Representing the Rangers tonight at midfield, the captaincy.
Yes. And we'll be seeing Trevor's dad here all night long. He has been on that chain gang for as long as I can remember, Scott. I don't know when you played ball here if he was on the chain gang, but I know he has been at least for 20 years.
It has
That's
been
how
a long
I've
time.
been here.
It has been a long time. Yep, that's just another fixture. People have their routines and their things that they do here on Friday nights in the fall, and I think it just kind of gets in their blood.
Right, and I'm sure that's extra special for Trevor. He's been running chain for so long, and to see his son out there playing every night has to be every Friday night.
Yes,
it's really
I've got to
special.
zoom in here. We get a little bit of Trevor. over
Oh,
there.
we talked about him, so we're going to show him. There he
There
is.
he is on the
Hey,
right-hand
Trevor.
side.
Yep.
Nobody does it better.
No, you're
Look at
absolutely correct.
That stick is perfectly upright.
Scott, how about if we let's talk about the keys to the game here for Forest Hills. What do they need to do to win tonight?
Well, I think the Rangers are coming in with some confidence after beating Bishop McCourt last week in convincing fashion. So, continue with that game formula, which is pound the ball, be physical. We talked before the game with Coach Myers about the strength is the strength, as he likes to say, the offensive line.
I love that statement.
That's a great statement. And nothing gets done without them. And then when your strongest guy on the team is carrying the rock,
right.
Colton Daniel,
right.
Why go away from that formula? So I'm sure they want to feed him the ball, give him a steady diet of carries, which sets up some play action passes then once they start stacking the box a little bit to try to slow down the run. I think we'll see some shots over the top as well.
That I couldn't say it any better, Scott. I mean, that's it. Pound the rock up the middle. We have Colton Daniel. He's strong. We have that line, and as Coach touched on at the beginning of the game here when we talked to him out on the field, yeah, he has the strength out there. I mean, that line is big.
Yeah.
They're big, strong guys.
They are big, strong guys, and it's such a luxury. That's not something we can say we have every year,
right.
or any team can, but
sure.
Yet when you have that, it just gives you so much flexibility on your play calling in general.
Yep, and I think every once in a while we're going to see that rock get tossed downfield. Jeremy Berta can fly.
Yes, he can.
So,
the Rangers fake a reverse on the opening kickoff. Dayton Mall keeps the ball.
And there we have some laundry all over the field early on here. First, not even the first play, just the kickoff. And let's see what the call is.
Usually on a kickoff, it's on the receiving team.
Yeah, it's usually holding, too.
Sort of holder blocking the back.
Blocking the back, yep.
We wait the call from the official.
Yep.
We do have a block in the back. That will back the Rangers up, I believe, inside. We'll see where they spotted here. Could be around the 30. Beg your pardon, that ball will be on the 20-yard line.
Oh, yeah. You're right on the 20-yard line. We have a nice close-up shot down there. We have a couple of kids from the media crew helping us out here, and they're doing a fantastic job. We have Kim Hostetler on the mic up here with us and also running that center camera, getting all the action for you tonight.
Takes a village.
And there we go.
We have Poliak rolling out to his left there, making a difficult throw to Colby Rearick there, number 22, out in the flats.
Yeah.
I'd say it's difficult because you're rolling to the left as a right-handed quarterback. You have to throw across your body. It's just a tougher angle. But a good designed play, well-designed play. It was open. Brings us to 2nd and 10. I apologize. Now we have Nate Cornell under center. I believe that was Poliak on the first play. And the Rangers have been utilizing multiple quarterbacks, at least last week. That was the plan.
Yes.
And obviously there's a reason for that, and it's just kind of different styles of play. Poliak throws a great ball. Nate a little younger, probably a little more agile, and it gives him a little more flexibility and an added dimension from the quarterback position. Cornell will stay under center. Third down, 6, ball in the 24.
And looked like Somerset jumped there.
Looked like the Ranger line was disciplined and did not move.
Unless somebody moved over there. I don't think they did, though. That looked like that was defense.
Yes, indeed. The defensive lineman there from Somerset getting a little anxious going on the hard count. So nice for a young quarterback to use that cadence to get them to jump. I'll tell you this. I can't get 4th graders to go on 2 for the life of me. So I guess it comes with age.
Yes. Age and discipline. Those two things kind of go together.
From 3rd and 6 to 3rd and 1, much more manageable. Inside handoff to Colton Daniel.
Oh,
breaks a hard run off the left
goodness.
side.
And he just went right over top of number 2, Camden Lowry. Colton, as we talked about earlier, he puts the time in. He's got a weight room at home, and boy, does he put the time in, and it showed right there. He just went right over top of the defense.
Yeah, it shows time and time again. I don't know of a harder worker to prepare himself for the season. And a great run there. Big stiff arm at the end.
Absolutely.
Ball up to the 43, new set of downs.
And looks like we're
Cornell's
throwing
looking
out in the
to
flat.
his right, yeah. Nice ball out to Dayton Mall.
Yeah, Dayton hauls that in, picks up about 9 yards there, and Rangers in action. Rangers moving that ball down the field nicely right now.
On the move. Yep, that is enough for the first down as we see Trevor Burkett resetting that stick.
Oh, so it looks like maybe a little more than 9 yards, huh?
All right, I am trying to get this sky. The sky is absolutely stunning.
Look at that.
Check that out.
View.
Kim, as we've talked about during soccer
my
earlier
goodness,
this week,
just
I don't
beautiful.
think there is a more beautiful view in all of high school football than this field right here, looking out over that field house.
Taking a deep
Look
shot.
at this, and I think he got tripped up.
There was some contact for sure. The officials
maybe
are
incidental.
They're going to deem it incidental as Dayton Mall, favorite target thus far, got tripped up and stumbled. But is there a better view than looking across a football field to leaves changing on a mountain in a sky like that?
That is
I don't know. You got to
stunning.
enjoy the simple things.
That
man.
Seriously,
shot is beautiful.
I mean, that is just. I'll just stay there for a while.
Kim, there is a football game happening though. Just
look at that
all right,
sunset.
all right.
below the skyline.
I'll go back.
Inside give to Daniel. Twists and turns,
yeah.
carrying an Eagle tackler with him, and he's gained 8.
Looks like Tyler Zimmerman brought him down, but not before a really big gain. Almost 9.5 yards looked like he carried that for us. So.
Brings up 3rd and 3. Cornell in the shotgun. Flanked by Dano on his right. This time he fakes the inside give, and he keeps it off the right side. Looks like he's reached the line to gain for a new set of downs.
Yeah, I'm going to let you call that one, Scott, because I thought he got about 9 yards on that last one, and here he had about 7. So.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't want to correct you. I thought it was you're quite a bit older than me, and your eyes are probably aren't what they used to be.
Well, and I don't call a whole lot of football games. I mean, your dad usually sits in this seat. I have some huge shoes to fill. He just does an absolutely fantastic job.
He does a great job, but I don't think he sees very well either. He was an official, so I know he doesn't see very well.
And here we go over the left side. Looks like we had Ben Hartice on that carry.
There's another guy that runs hard. That looked like a little tight end sweep, or like you said, end around there. And you start keying on a stud like Colton Daniel, where there's an inside give to him where they fake it to him. It's one false step by the defense, and it creates that space for other players to take advantage of.
Oh, and Ben definitely has the speed. I mean, he's strong and he has the speed. And again, I can't say enough about these guys. He's one of the guys that's in that weight room every single day in the offseason.
Yep.
He's working hard.
Colton Cornell under some pressure now. Does get out of the pocket.
Oh, we have somebody
deep towards the end zone. Yep, out of bounds in the area of Jeremy Berta. First, we've called his name tonight, and it won't be the last. But
yeah,
on the run, I think it might have been a little bit more of a throwaway because there was some coverage there on Jeremy too. Kind of lived to play another down there.
And you're right. That's probably not the last time we're going to hear Jeremy's name tonight. He can fly, as we said a little bit earlier. He
extremely athletic.
He has a lot of speed, and I think we'll be calling his name out as this game goes on.
Yes, sir. 3rd down 1. Rangers still in the shotgun. Send a man in motion in front of the formation.
He keeps it.
Cornell keeps it for an easy first down.
Yeah.
This is what's turned into a methodical, clock-eating drive.
Absolutely.
Which is just what the doctor ordered.
Right, and that's where that big line up front comes into play. I mean, they can just move the pile and open up some holes for these guys to get through, and you're seeing it right now.
Yes.
So far, this has been a picture-perfect drive, in my opinion.
And they mixed in some shots. They took 2 deep shots down the field.
Sure.
Didn't work, but it keeps that defense loose.
Absolutely. Hard to stack the box.
Taking another shot
going.
right here.
We go.
Who'd we just talk about?
There he is.
Oh. Great throw to Jeremy Berta, and I got to give credit to number 8 from Somerset, Trevor McNabb there.
He made a beautiful play.
Defensive back, outsized. We got him listed at 5'7", to Jeremy Berta's 6'3".
Yeah.
You know, and you want to give your athlete a chance to go up and high point a ball like that.
Absolutely.
To bring it down, and McNabb from Somerset did get a fingertip on that.
And you hit the nail on the head. I think he had a fingertip on that because I thought Jeremy had that for sure.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Nice end around on the right side, but I see a flag, unfortunately.
Yeah. Flag in the backfield.
Oh, Colby Rearick with a beautiful run, but we may be seeing that come back.
Thrown by the referee, so the referee is the white hat, and he stands behind the offensive line, the offensive formation, and when it comes from him, he's usually watching for a hold or anything late or unnecessary on the quarterback. Trying to fill my father's shoes. He spends half the game talking about the officials.
He talks about the officials the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, holding penalty is a 10-yard loss and replay the down.
We definitely don't want to see much of that tonight. They're moving the ball so nicely, you hate to see them get backed up like that.
Oh, it can just be a drive killer. You know, it really can. You get behind the sticks now.
Kim, while we're stopped for a second, why don't you get another shot of that? I mean, that sky is just getting more and more beautiful as time goes on. I know you like to get it, so maybe after this next play. Oh, you're going to show us now. Nice.
Very nice.
Beautiful. Look at that red. Ah, amazing. And Cornell under center.
From shotgun. And we had a flinch out here at the wideout position, and Jeremy Berta.
I think Jeremy knows it too by the way he's moving there.
Yep.
He knows that was a mistake. He'd like to have that one back.
Man, as soon as we give credit to the Rangers for this methodical drive, back-to-back penalties, and we're 15 yards deeper than where we were.
Yeah, let's see if we can turn that around and get those yards back. Those sticks look like they're way down the field.
You know, it's still 2nd down, and you might think it's 3 more downs here. I can see us going for it on 4th down just because of the vicinity of the field that we're in. But a nice play by the Eagles defense there.
Wow.
As they swarmed to the football.
They sure did. All right, this puts us in a little bit of a hole right now. Let's see what they're going to come up with here on 3rd, and it looks like 26.
This is a little bit of a pickle. Daniel looked like he broke the first tackle there, and just a whole host of Eagles then coming to clean it up.
Oh, my.
You know, I like something like a screen or a draw here and see what you can get, and maybe you can get 4th and manageable. If not, you might be punting away.
That'd be a shame after that beautiful drive down the field.
Okay.
We have
nice
Colby
ball out
Rearick
to Colby.
out in the open.
Stays in bounds, tiptoeing the sidelines, down inside the 20 near the 15.
Don't know if he had enough to get there, but boy, it's close, Scott.
Don't think from here.
I think from here we may be going for this.
We got 4th down, but yes.
That's going to be close enough, probably about maybe 1-2 yards. We could probably go for this one.
Really nice play getting Colby out in the flat.
Looks like we have 4th and 1. And here's where you like having a Colton Daniel in your backfield. And let's see if he gets that number called.
Wouldn't you be surprised if it doesn't go to him in a situation like this?
I would be, but you never know.
Maybe so at Somerset. So that's what Coach Myers is thinking about.
Sure. And looks like Colton Cornell keeps it. Did he get enough? Let's see.
I believe he did from here, but and that's the other way you can use Colton Daniel.
I see the sticks moving. Trevor Burkett moving down the field.
When you don't give him the ball, he can lead your quarterback up through the line, and he'll move people out of the way for you as well. So whether he has it or not, he's doing something very important.
That's how you turn a 2 and 26 around there with two penalties that hurt you. Get that 1st down again. They have some more confidence now, getting closer to the goal.
How deflating is that for a defense when you get those penalties and make a big tackle and you're 3rd and 26 and 2 plays later you're.
And looks like Coach Myers wants to talk about this one for a minute, and he calls timeout. He wants to make sure we get 7 points up there.
Yeah, you definitely want to come away and reward this effort with a touchdown. We're at 6:04 left in the 1st quarter. Folks, Somerset hasn't touched the ball yet. really, really nice drive.
Oh, my. You talked about eating up the first quarter. I mean, we've eaten up half of it right now, well over half of it right now. Not half of it right now. So.
Yeah, we're right on half, right?
Yep,
12 quarter, yep. Half the quarter gone. Defense staying rested and ready to go. Oh, of course, most of these guys probably play defense too.
And like you said, we're mixing it up. I mean, there's a heavy dose of Colton Daniel and Ben Hartice, but then you see Jeremy Berta downfield, Colby Rierick with a beautiful play to put us into position there, and that's what it takes to win ball games.
Absolutely. Can't key on just one player.
Right.
This time, Colton Cornell's under center. Brezovic snaps him the ball, gives it to Daniel, bounces to the outside.
There he is.
Put it in there.
He's in the end zone.
That's a touchdown for the Rangers.
Yes, sir.
Right at almost the 6-minute mark, 5:59 mark. A beautiful drive is capped off by a hard run by Colton Dan, who bounced it off the right side.
Yeah.
Well blocked by that offensive line. And the Rangers take a 6-0 lead with the extra point pending.
And you just knew once he got through that first level, he was on his way.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody was going to bring him down at that point.
He's not slow either, in case we
No.
didn't mention that. We always talk about how strong he is. Kid can move.
He sure can.
No
You
one's
saw it
ball
right there.
on to attempt the extra point. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is
Nice
good.
kick.
We got the trifecta there. The special teams working together. Rangers start with a 7-0 lead.
And as that ball went through, Kim, we saw that beautiful shot you had of the red sky. I mean, it's just wow.
It is absolutely beautiful. I probably took about 150 photos with my cell phone.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I don't know what we're going to talk about when the sun goes down.
I know.
Well, you're talking about the field house, and I mean how beautiful that is. And today I had an opportunity to spend a little bit of time with Mr. Bailey, who was superintendent here for 10 years, principal before that, director of education. He many hats. He was a teacher here. Spent his entire career here at Forest Hills, and you know, one of the things that he talked about, one of his crowning achievements, was that field house you see over there. And just about anywhere you go, I talk to other schools, they always talk about our field house and how cool that is that we have a facility for basketball and that football can practice in there, and volleyball. So many different sports, and it's amazing.
It's like a mini college campus facility.
Yes.
That building itself, it really is. And it's kind of the dream child of Mr. Bailey.
And not a lot of people know that, you know, and that's what he was talking about with me today. He said, you know, people talk about all the years that I coached. He said, but they don't realize all the things that happened, you know, while I was here, and that was one of them, was that field house.
All right, Sabala kicked it deep to the 25-yard line, 27. That's where the Golden Eagles will start.
Yeah. And let's see what they come out with here. Oh. We had an official
down.
trip.
Seem
Yeah,
okay? Just
he
stumbled?
seems like
Okay.
he's okay, yes. Scott, do you know who those officials are tonight? Do you have a...
I don't, and I was just thinking that
Your dad would have had that.
My father might disown me. That's the first thing he does is races to get the official's name. That ball's put on the turf on the first snap
I
of the
think the Rangers
game.
may have that. I see a lot of hands.
All the Rangers are pointing in their direction.
Of course they are.
We need to wait for the hand that matters, and that is one from the
And
official.
I see some jumping.
And there it is. The white hat does point towards that beautiful field house you were just referencing.
Yes, sir. And
the
I see
Rangers
Colton. Go
get the
ahead.
ball
I'm sorry.
back. Nah, go ahead.
I see Colton Daniel come up with that ball there. So he was right in the middle of that scrum we had over on the other side of the field.
Yeah.
So unfortunately for Somerset, one play in and the Rangers take over.
Not the start they wanted, and we'll get into it as far as Somerset goes. And neither of these teams are coming in with a gaudy record right now.
Right.
Somerset still looking for that first win, and the Rangers got their first one last week against Bishop McCourt. You know, we'll get into how the season has gone a little bit more as the night goes on, but
And
pitch out here.
Nate Port pitches back to, looks like
That's Ben Hartice. Yeah. That's Ben Hartice. You can see the hair flowing above that number 28.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Sure does.
The hair.
Yeah. I'm like jealous
I
of
love
anyone
it.
that has
I know.
extra
It's
hair.
like our very own Polamalu.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a couple guys that have hair that flow from underneath the Caden Christ also. You see his hair coming out from underneath his helmet. And he's on the line, so he doesn't get as much press there, but
boy,
wow.
I'll tell you what, that's a nice tackle, nice linebacker
Beautiful.
play from number 34 from
Yes, sir.
Somerset. That's Rowan Holmes. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's how you fill a hole.
Yeah.
Because the line did it, and we just, the middle linebacker wasn't accounted for in the blocking scheme there. Man, that's a form tackle. Good job.
Like you said, he filled that hole, and he stuck him as he was getting through there. So hats off to Rowan on that one. Colton is not an easy guy to bring down.
Mm-mm. Rarely does one guy do it. Usually takes
correct
more than one.
And let's see what Coach Myers is going to dial up here on second down.
Oh, man. Another close call to Berta in the same back right corner of the end zone. A throw from Cornell. That ball seemed to hang up in the air for a while. I could not tell if the defensive back deflected that pass or not.
And my apologies, that was first down, but yes. He almost had it in the back of the end zone.
It definitely hit Jeremy. Don't know if it was deflected by the defensive back or not. That's two really close calls for him. You get the feeling he's going to get one tonight, don't you?
Yeah, oh,
You
absolutely.
get the feeling he's going to get his.
Yeah, they're keying on him right now, but I think as time wears on, he may get free here. He's fast. And he's a good basketball player, too.
Yes, he is.
Colton
Give it back to the
bounces
workhorse.
Bounces off to the left side. Nice pickup on that one.
It's like a gain of about 5.
Yep, he was brought down by Camden Lowry. Shows he's getting a little bit deeper into that secondary there. Safety moved up to get him.
Yeah. Everything gets a little tighter when you get down into this red area, into this. It's compact. It limits the plays you can call, and the defense starts creeping up. Still single coverage out here on Berta on the right. You wonder if they take another shot.
Nope.
No.
They're going up the middle.
Go with what works, right?
Yeah.
Gotta dance with the girl that got you there sometimes.
I think I would have gone with that same play, to be honest with you, Scott.
Yeah, the line did a great job. They're running up there behind Anthony,
Devin Bresvik.
Devin Bresvik.
Yep.
His father is Anthony.
Yes, sir. Assistant coach of the Forest Hills Rangers.
Assistant coach there. He's watching his son play his senior year as well. Outstanding tackler at linebacker on defense, and he holds down and anchors that offensive line at number 76 there at center. So ball back on for an extra point attempt. Flag coming in from the side judge.
Let's see what they're going to call there. I didn't see anything, but something happened. I know if your dad was here, Scott.
That's an offsides.
Yeah. It's an interesting call on an extra point.
Yeah, offside. So that moves the ball half the distance to the goal, if I'm not mistaken. And I wonder if it crosses your mind to try to go for 2 there since you're that much closer. But they'll opt for 1. That's some pressure on that kick. Boy,
someone may have had a finger or a hand on that.
They may have. I mean, if they didn't, it certainly affected the whole flow, the whole mechanism of snap, hold, kick, and it caused it to go low.
The trajectory of that kick was just
it was
not where it needed to be.
The trajectory was affected. Another distinguished alumni here tonight. Dr. Pete Schoner would appreciate discussing trajectory.
Yes, he would. He loves numbers.
Yes.
One of his favorite things to talk about are numbers and math. So,
yes.
Yeah, he definitely would like that.
He's got a unique mind. He's a neighbor of mine and a friend of mine, and things that come out of his mouth are things the normal person probably doesn't think about.
Yeah, he was talking today about, I'll try to remember, I'm not a mathematician, but cosine plus cosine squared equals 1 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
Right. Dean of Science and Technology at St. Francis University.
For many years.
Yes.
And he started quite a few programs and quite a bit over at St. Francis.
Yes, he has. Yep.
And if I can just say one more thing about Dr. Schoner, Scott, at UPJ, they call that Pete's Pittsburgh Pipeline. Because, you know, he had so many students go through UPJ and then move on to Pittsburgh and do wonderful things. So, yeah, I mean, he's a great guy, and, you know, hats off to Dr. Schoner. And as we were talking there, we had the kickoff, Forest Hills kicking down to Somerset, and it looked like we had number 8 here for Forest Hills on the tackle, Cody Biter, who drove him out of bounds there. Also 52, I saw over there, Ethan Stropko started that tackle. So we have some of our younger guys in there, sophomores, doing a real nice job holding up for Forest Hills. So here we go, 1st and 10 for Somerset. And tries a quick pass, but that is broken up right away by Devin Brezovic there from Forest Hills. Nice job, Devin. He's all over that play. As you know, we mentioned a little bit earlier, Devin's dad, Anthony, assistant coach down there in the sidelines, used to be an all-star center here at Forest Hills, and his son is carrying on that tradition as a senior here on the Rangers football team. That brings up 2nd and 10 for Somerset. And looks like a quick handoff, run up the middle for probably no gain, maybe a little gain again. I saw Devin Brezovic in there on that tackle, number 13, Nate Cornell. We might have had Colton Dano in there, but a host of Rangers brought him down rather quickly. And looks like we have a quick substitution. It looks like Zach and JT are coming out of the game. That's Jaden Trentini, Zach Spesaw coming out. Forest Hills may be expecting a pass here. They brought in a couple of the pass rushers. Let's see what happens. Just a quick little pitch to the right side. Again, just a very short gain. And let's see what Somerset decides to do here. I'm guessing they're going to punt that ball by the looks of things. Forest Hills bringing in their guys all set to return that punt. It looks like we have Dayton Mall, number 21 back there, along with Jeremy Berta. Two guys that can really fly on the Rangers. So there's a lot of speed back there for Forest Hills. Both seniors this year. We're going to miss those guys, miss that speed that they bring to the team. And Dayton takes it back up to about the 40-yard line. So a nice return. Looks like about a 15, 20-yard return for Dayton, setting the Rangers up. 1st and 10, starting at the 40-yard line. And let's see what kind of a set Forest Hills comes out with that 13-0 lead. Will they continue just to pound the ball, or will they look to maybe open it up a little bit and throw downfield? I mean, when you have, and I know we've talked about him quite a bit, Colton Daniel, you have that guy in the backfield. You have that nice, 2-touchdown lead. It'd be nice to get that extra point back, and we'll see here what we do moving forward. But with Colton back there, it may just be in our best interest just to take the ball and just keep pounding it at Somerset. It's been working so far. And again, here as we're talking, looks like there was a penalty, and they're going to back that up to about the 10-yard line. It looks like, actually, yeah, it is. It's on the 10-yard line. So Forest Hills starting off about 30 yards back from where they'd like to be. And it looks like they are going to go with Colton Daniel. And it looks like he has a short gain there. A couple yards. And we'll see what happens. Again, with 1 minute and 47 seconds to go in this first quarter, they may just be content to just keep pounding that ball at them and moving down the field little by little. Looked like Colton picked up 3 yards there on that one. Brings up 2nd and 7 for the Rangers. Nate Cornell heading back out onto the field, came over to the sidelines to get the next play from the coaches. Looks like we have 3 wide receivers. Dayton Wall on the near side here, and then close to him. And let's see, they are going to open that up a little bit, and they go with a long pass. It looks like it went to Dayton, and he caught it. Yes. Way to go, Rangers. So, with 1 minute and 4 seconds to go here in the first period, Nate Cornell with that long pass downfield. Looks like it was almost I want to say that's a 50-yard pass almost downfield. Connects with number 21, senior Dayton Mall. And Rangers are in business right now. So they have the opportunity here to go up 3 scores on Somerset before the end of the first quarter, which is a real nice cushion to have. Not a bad situation. And Nate keeps the ball. Wow. And there he goes up the middle. And I have a feeling he is gone. Yes. Nate Cornell takes it all the way down. Oh, looks like he got just to the goal line. And I mean just to the goal line. That's maybe, wow. First and goal, probably less than a yard to get in there. And I wonder what we're going to do here. You know, we have a couple of big options to go with. Obviously, we have Colton Daniel in the backfield, right? Number 3, big number 3, give him the ball, let him pound it in there. We also have that option you just saw with Nate Cornell, who's able to run the ball. He may just decide that he's going to keep it, and he's going to go in there. So this could be interesting. Let's see. But with 1 yard to go, I don't think it's going to be too difficult for Forest Hills, and Nate keeps it himself. No signal yet, but I think he's in. There it is, and it's a touchdown, Forest Hills Rangers. Wow. Talk about, you know, you get the ball up the 40-yard line. Looks like what's going to happen now. We have the penalty, takes them back to the 10-yard line, and, you know, take one shot with Colton, gets a couple yards. Somerset obviously stacks the box. That's what they think's going to happen. He's going to just continue to pound the ball with Colton. We open it up on a 50-some yard pass out there to Dayton Mall. And Nate Cornell with a huge run all the way down to the goal line. He finishes it off himself to take it in.
Look at that.
Oh, a little trickery. They want that point back, and they got it back. There you go.
That's a great little 2-point conversion.
Nolan Kabala right around the right side and into the end zone for 2.
And I'm going to tell you the key to that play is I believe the holder is number 5, Xander Richardson. Okay, and that was a touch pass. The snap came in from Brezovic to to Xander Richardson, who just two-hand touched it up in the air.
I know.
Like it was like a set in volleyball, just flicking it up in the air.
You had those guys up front blocking. I saw Caden Chris with a nice block up there, number 65, and just opening things up that he was able to get around the outside and score.
You know, you work on those things at practice, and a lot of times kids are like, are we ever going to use this play? And it's nice to see it pay off.
Yes.
And like you said, it erased that last missed extra point, and we were up to a 21-0 lead.
Yep.
Still 31 seconds remain in the first period.
It makes you feel good to get that point back. If nothing else, it's a mental thing.
Yes. Yeah. You get the feeling the Rangers might not need it tonight, but a lot of game to go.
Yep, a lot of game to go. Looks like the scoreboard may have – nope, that's okay. I thought maybe the scoreboard had a power issue for a second there. Looks like at the bottom, but everything looks like it's reset. And here we go.
Another nice kick by Sabala. Drives him all the way back to the 11-yard line. Let's see if the coverage gets down there a little bit better this time, and they do.
They do, yeah.
Stop him around 30-31.
You know, the one thing I've noticed right now is we're not overplaying the kicks. A lot of times you see teams where they'll try to get as deep as they can and try to get that guy back at the 10-yard line, and very, very rarely does that work. They usually can slip past you.
Yeah.
Now you have one less guy to make that tackle. Next thing you know, they're 50, 60 yards downfield or heading into the end zone. So,
I mean, the rule on kickoff team is stay in your lane.
Yep.
You got to pretend you're almost running down a bowling alley there until you have the angle to go and make the tackle, and Rangers have been pretty disciplined there.
Absolutely. They've been real disciplined there tonight. That's one part of the game you have to say that they've done a nice job containing those kickoffs, not letting anybody get ahead of them. And as we talk about containing, look at that defense.
Smothering. Yeah.
2-yard gain up the middle.
I'm not even sure who you can say made that tackle.
Some of those big dogs we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, they sure did. They were all in on that one.
Yep. Caden Christ and JT was in there.
Yep, Zach Spisak in
Zach
there.
was up. Yep. That brings the first quarter to a close. And just as I glance up the scoreboard here to wrap up the first quarter, it says 19. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened either, because we definitely saw that 2-point conversion.
And it was signaled. It was signaled that it was good. All right, we'll get some clarification on that. Either way, a dominant first period by the Rangers as they take over possession to start the second quarter as well.
And Kim Hostetler was doing a little bit of digging for us there. Kim, what'd you find out about that 2-point conversion that we thought counted a little bit ago?
Well, they said they took the 2 points away with something dealing with the spot.
We might not have had the correct spot then, where we set up.
I'm not quite sure.
We might not have lined up in the correct spot. I'm not sure. We'll have to.
I'm puzzled. I'm not sure what we missed there. Again, with our headsets on, we can't hear the stadium announcements as well. Maybe there was something there that we missed. But okay, 19-0 Rangers, and Somerset on the move. Excuse me, not Forest Hills.
Yes. Nice run there. Number 26, Tyler Zimmerman, over the right side. And we've been hearing that name a lot tonight. Number 71, Jaden Trentini.
And Devin
did a
Brezovic
really nice
in
job.
On the tackle. Yep.
Devin Brezovic in on that as well.
Somerset on their own 41. Shotgun formation. Quarterback is flanked by 2 running backs on his right and left.
And looked like a little confusion in the backfield,
there
Scott.
Was some confusion in the backfield, and alignment wasn't set either. He was still getting that hand down on the ground.
Looked like there was a lot going on there that shouldn't have been, unfortunately, for Somerset. I think this is going to back them up. And let's see what the call was. Right now we have a timeout.
So was the timeout called before the penalty? I assume they must have seen that the play wasn't running smoothly. Some guys didn't get the call or whatever, and decided to burn a timeout before the penalty flag was thrown.
Yeah. Probably a good time to call that timeout.
Okay, so I have a little bit more information. I asked someone else, and they said that his knee was down.
Okay,
That's
I got
why
you.
they took it away.
So I was praising the play and that of Xander Richardson, but if he catches the ball in a holder's position, your knee's down. So the play's dead right there.
It's dead immediately.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm sure when they practice that play, they tell him to kind of squat a little bit. You don't let that knee make contact with the ground, and apparently it did. A play like that is good on Sunday.
Unlike college and the NFL, right?
Well, not
college,
knees
right?
down, yeah.
In the NFL, knees down and you're okay, but not in high school or college.
Yeah.
Let's see. You're going over to the left side, long pass, but nobody home.
Hey, if you'd like, I can ask another person, and we'll get another opinion.
No,
that's okay.
That was some fine investigative reporting.
I was going to say, Kim,
I can keep asking.
You
crack
really
research staff here.
I can yell out the window here and ask some of the fans.
Hey, you spent a good bit of time on that one. We're going to go with whatever you have. That's good.
No, that makes sense though. Didn't think of it when it happened, but yeah, of course you can't have a knee down. All right, here we go. Inside give to number 2. Cuts it up the right side. Really fighting hard for extra yards.
Yeah, Camden Lowry with a nice hard run.
Brings up a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, he got 4 on that one. It's a nice run off to the right side.
Nice tackle by Mason Pinchak in there. Really nice young football player.
Yeah, I was just looking, Scott, to see if they had the grade that they're in. I don't see that one for Mason. I couldn't see a junior or sophomore. Junior.
I'm not seeing it right now either.
And boy, Forest Hills feeling it right now. That defense is just, like you said, smothering. Devin Brezovic in there and another big tackle. Looked like he had a little bit of help from Zach. And boy, they're tough.
Mason Papinchak's playing outside linebacker. He's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
He's got 2 more years and, already just getting a great feel for the game.
I do see it there now, yeah. 10th grade over in the far side. That's nice to see these young guys out there getting some time on the field, getting a feel for what varsity's all about.
Yes, indeed. 4th and 6, Somerset elects to go for it, drops back to pass.
Oh, boy.
Over the middle.
Wow.
Dangerous.
And I think Colby Rearick's eyes were probably as big around as 2 saucers seeing that ball bouncing around that deep.
And if he catches it and gets tackled right away, that's not as good as letting it hit the ground because it was a 4th down play, so we would have lost some field position there. But I'm sure you want to intercept that if you can and try to get a substantial return.
And he's a fast kid. He had a lot of speed. Yes. And, I think he would have been able to take that up the field pretty quickly.
I would think.
Especially with all that adrenaline whenever you make that interception.
The intended receiver there was Eli Walls for Somerset, but he threw it. It was really thrown into a crowd. Cornell back under center. Fakes the handoff. He's going to roll out to his right. Has Rearick
wide
out
open.
In the flat.
Wow.
Excuse me, I said Rearick. That is Mason Papinchak. We're just talking about him on defense. There he is on offense coming out of the backfield.
And like we said, nice to see those young guys get some time in there on both offense and defense.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Really nice. That's a little waggle action there, we used to call it, or bootleg, where you fake it one way and roll out the other, and usually have a couple levels of receivers to choose from there. And he did have a deep option, and then you have a middle option, and sometimes you even have a shorter one. Looked like a 2-man route there, if I remember correctly. But they hit the middle guy coming across, and he was uncovered.
For a young guy like that too, he ran that route perfectly.
He did.
Oh, Cornell, look at that. Right here we go again.
Yeah, but also here we go again with a flag.
Please. Oh, boy. Let's see what the call was. I'm hoping not a holding call.
There is a flag on the play.
But unfortunately,
it's going to be
the chips are stacked against us on this one.
Yes.
When you see somebody break free like that, Scott, it feels good, but then you don't like to see the laundry because you know what's coming next.
As you see it, you know what's coming. Yep. A hole certainly opened up there, and you don't know if that was as a result of the hold or
yeah, and that's tough for Nate too, because what a beautiful.
Yeah, he's had a couple really, really nice hard runs there.
Oh, he sure has. Beautiful run.
We've dug ourselves holes bigger than this before and climbed our way out. So let's see how the Rangers respond to this.
Just tonight we've done that.
Yes, exactly. So we go shotgun formation. A little.
Yep, Colby Rearick hauls that in, but not a whole lot after that, unfortunately.
It's a little wide receiver screen, get a blocker out in front, and try to get a chunk of that back. You don't maybe not a play designed to get all of that back, but you get almost, no, not quite the penalty yardage. Still 2nd and 10 from the 25.
And back in the shotgun, let's see what he's going to do here. And it's a handoff. And there goes Colton Daniel. And holy smokes, I think the entire Somerset team jumped in on that one to bring him down.
Refusing to go down.
Yeah.
A series of good cuts combined with stiff arms and just a hard run. Almost a house call for Colton Daniel.
The closer he gets to the goal line, the harder he runs.
Yeah.
I mean, he must have had every player hanging on him, and he was still moving towards it.
You can just smell it, can't you?
Oh, he wanted pay dirt.
Yes, he did. Brings up a 1st and 4. 8:22 left on the clock.
And
side handoff to Mason Papinchak.
Yep. Boy, Mason playing a little bit of everything tonight.
He is. Yeah.
It's nice to see.
It is. It is. And without saying too much, Mason's had a really difficult week, going through some things with his family, and for him to step out on the field tonight and kind of let it all out and in between the lines, I think it's really good for him. And
he's having a great game.
I think that's why you're seeing a little bit of what you're seeing here. That's a really nice job by the Rangers coaching staff, rewarding Mason Popinchak. And I would just say that I think that touchdown might mean a little bit more to him than any other one.
Yeah. That's a nice run up the middle. And that gives us 25-0 score right now. And the Rangers is going for that extra point. And he puts that one through nicely.
Kick is true. Yep. Nice job by Nolan Sabala.
Makes it 26-0 with 7 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the half. Scott, while we have a little break here, as I had said earlier, I had an opportunity today to talk to some of our distinguished alums and talk to Dr. Knavel, who's also on our school board. And he had a very interesting insight as to how the school has changed through the years. He actually didn't attend Forest Hills School District. It wasn't called Forest Hills back then, but he was in the school district as it is now. He was telling us he went to elementary school in the Long Barn.
In the Long Barn.
So imagine that one.
I went to elementary school in the Long Barn.
Oh my goodness!
I did. There was no kindergarten back then.
Okay.
Good gracious, it's like a one-room schoolhouse.
So were you like
no? But listen,
in
I
between
was
the nails
there
and the
from
bolts?
First grade until 4th grade. And my very first year was here at the elementary school, 5th grade.
5th grade was your first year here. Wow.
And let me just
I
tell
didn't
you,
know that, Kim.
whenever that we had so many students that every special area teacher had a home room. Like the art teachers had home rooms. The music teachers had home rooms.
Isn't that something?
Yes.
That's really neat to see the evolution of.
So were you the? Go ahead, Scott.
No,
Sorry.
just the evolution of the community and how it's grown and how things have had to change out of necessity.
So Kim, were you the first class then in the elementary school?
Yes.
Wow, how about that?
I was in 5th grade whenever it first opened.
And that kick goes out of bounds. We didn't really want to see that happen either.
No, that goes as an illegal procedure penalty when a kickoff goes out of bounds, and I believe the receiving team is awarded the ball on the 40-yard line, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, these are some things I think they're going to definitely want to clean up here this week. You don't want to see that happening too often. A lot of penalties so far here. I mean, 26-0 lead. We like to see that, but we don't like to see all those penalties. I'm sure Coach Myers is going to address a lot of this week and get things straightened out.
And even here at halftime, I mean, that's what you talk about here in 7 minutes and 44 seconds. You're not going to say, hey, you played a perfect half. There's always room for improvement.
But yeah, as I was saying, Dr. Knavel said that he attended elementary school down at the Long Barn, and then Mrs. Hosteller also attended school down there. So interesting.
Oh, that was a great time down there. I remember the mom used to bring us lunch and hand it over, across the fence from the playground.
Wow.
Oh, how times have changed.
Yes.
Yeah.
You weren't kidding.
Yes, I'll say.
It was definitely a simpler time. But you look at everything our kids have now in the elementary school and the beautiful facilities. It's just.
Oh my, yes! I remember down at the old Long Barn, they would put some cinder blocks up on the steps whenever the roof was leaking, and then put those really big garbage cans on the step. They'd balance it on the cinder blocks, and we just walked around. We were used to it.
Wow!
So we were definitely in need of a new school. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
And you got one.
Yes, we did. It was.
You got a real good one.
Still is a beautiful facility.
Oh, it is, and it was refurbished or remodeled, I guess, back in what was it, Kim? 2003, 2002.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Sounds about right. I want to say maybe maybe 2.
Trying to remember
I
that.
came here in
flag that's up there.
2003, and everybody was talking about how it was, brand new, recently
Right.
refurbished, and it still looks like it's brand new and recently refurbished. It's a beautiful facility.
Been calling Colton Cornell's name all night on offense. He was in on a really nice stop in the backfield there a few plays ago, and another Ranger stop and an Eagles drive that fizzles out with a 4th and 14, and they bring the punter back on the field. Dayton Mall back to receive for the Rangers.
Mishandles that, and boy,
snap.
we have Rangers back there, and
You know what? I apologize. I missed that one. I was trying to find the ball.
What we had was a bad snap that punter number 17, Quentin Robinson, had to reach to his right 4, wasn't able to corral, and then just a whole host of Rangers came in as he tried to make what he could out of a really bad situation.
yeah, I couldn't see who reached them first. It looked like I saw, maybe number 22, Colby Rurick. Was he in on that?
I believe so.
I think he might have been the first guy back there.
Man, when it rains, it pours here for Somerset.
Yeah.
Just can't seem to get out of their own way right now, and the Rangers are taking advantage of the opportunities.
And as we talk about Colby Rurick, he goes around the right side for a nice gain. From my view, it was a nice gain. We're going to see here.
Well, your view, we've learned, is sometimes different than that reality.
My view is skewed sometimes because I see it's 2nd and 10. So.
Oh no, they didn't change yet. You're good. 2nd and 5.
Okay, 2nd and 5.
That
I was going to say I didn't think I was that far off.
Getting sharper as the game goes on. Inside handoff we go this time. That looks
boy.
Like, is that hard Tice? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Wrestled out of bounds by number 11.
You know
Eli
what?
Walls.
And it looked like he maybe was going to have no gain on that, and that speed shows you. He got another 5-6 yards. I think he got a first down on that one. He did.
Oh, he did. Wow, yeah, he did turn on the Jets there to get to the corner.
Yeah. Because honestly, I thought he had nothing on that.
Yeah.
And boy, he turned it on.
Somerset strung it out nicely, but speed wins.
Yes, sir.
Keeper this time by Cornell finds
boy,
a hole.
and there he is again.
I do not see any flags on the field for Colton Cornell this time. Fakes the handoff and keeps it up the middle.
Can we say much more about that line? I mean, that's impressive. He walked through there.
You said it. You said it. You or I might have been able to run through that line.
And I'm not taking anything away from Nate.
Absolutely.
He plays hard, but that line just opened up a giant hole for him.
It was very well blocked. That's great team football.
Sure.
Doesn't it seem like Nolan Sabala was just kicking an extra point?
It does. Well, that's what happens whenever things don't go well on those punts on the other side.
Special teams, the third phase of the 3 phases of football, man, they can turn a game on its head real quick with miscues and or great plays, big plays.
And it happens at all levels, Scott. I mean, you've seen it in the NFL how many times?
Yep.
Hopefully we don't see that with the Steelers too much this year, though.
Oh, don't get me started.
They need a little bit of help.
I'll chime in on that one.
They do.
Kim, I knew I'd get you going when I brought the Steelers up.
I love my Steelers. Win or lose, but honestly, sometimes it's so frustrating.
And that's because we're spoiled, though, too.
That's so true.
We're lucky to watch a winning NFL team most of our lives. But, man, if they would only do what I yell at the TV, life would be so much easier for them.
And while we're waiting for that kickoff, I just had an opportunity to talk with Ellison Richardson back here, and I have an answer to the tailgate question that everybody was asking. This was the 25th year for our tailgate.
No way.
There it is, 25th anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
We're going to say 25 consecutive years.
25?
However, there was that year in 2020 we don't really want to talk about.
We don't mention 2020.
Yeah. So we're going to say 25. Wow.
It's like Bruno. We don't talk about that no more.
Yeah. And not only are we punishing on defense, but wow, that special teams out there.
Flying down.
They were tough. I saw number 6, Gus Werfel, come in there and just lay one on them.
Yeah.
And Gus, another tough kid. I mean, not a real big kid, but he's up in that weight room every single day, you know.
Yep.
Sophomore, 5'11", 160, and he just, wow, he hits hard.
Trying to give credit to these guys. They're all deserving. I think 52, Ethan Stropko is in on that tackle as well. He's a junior.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, hey, I'll race you to the ball carrier right now.
Yeah, number 34 with a nice catch and a nice move up the middle.
Nice play.
Yeah, Rowan Holmes with that catch, and it looks like he has about a 14-yard gain.
And a nice play called from Somerset, too. When you have an aggressive defense that's smelling blood in the water and their ears are pinned back, you take advantage of that aggression and throw over top of them. So you've already beat the first wave of the defense, and you have some room to run through the secondary. Good call.
Absolutely. We're talking about those young guys. Number 24, I see Brady Mays. He's been out for a couple weeks. I was talking to him down on the field before the game, and he told me he's going to be back next week, hopefully. So we'll see him get some action. He's had a couple years of bad luck. He got in one snap last year, and I think he broke his ankle.
Right.
So he was out for the rest of the season, and then this year he's had a couple injuries. But he says he should be cleared, hopefully, to play next week.
I'd love to see him get some action.
Sure. You want to see those sophomores get as much experience now as possible.
Clock continues to tick down, nearing the 4-minute mark. It's 2nd and 10. Colton Daniel was in on the last tackle.
And it looks like we have a timeout.
Yes, it does.
Maybe an official's timeout?
I believe we're pointing to Somerset.
Well, we're pointing somewhere, but I can't tell where yet. Scott, if you could tell which way it went.
I'm going to bucket Somerset.
They're going to tell us now.
There we go.
Dollar.
There you go.
If you were a betting man, which I think you are, you won that one.
Yes, I did. I don't like to gamble.
No.
No. So that's Somerset's second timeout. One remaining.
Yeah, and we talked about a little bit earlier, we were talking about the distinguished alumni. It was nice to see the Lewis family in here today. Those were the grandchildren. Scott Lewis spoke this afternoon. He was
It would be the family of Ed Terrick.
Grandson of Ed Terrick, yes. And he
Scott
gave
was the speaker today?
Yes, he was. And he gave
great.
an absolutely fantastic speech. He started things off, and I know the students were really interested. You could have heard a pin drop in there as he spoke. He's quite the eloquent speaker, which I didn't realize. I remember him from being in school here at Forest Hills at the elementary school, but that was excellent speech.
Good.
He said a lot of nice things about his grandfather. He couldn't say anything nicer, let me tell you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember Mr. Terrick.
I do too, Kim.
Yeah, he was
vaguely.
like they said, he had a gruff voice, but he was like a big teddy bear.
Teddy bear.
You know, he really was. He was a great man.
Yeah. I was not a Forest Hills grad, but I have to be honest with you. I was jealous listening to everybody today and then talking to them afterwards in the auditorium and down here in the field. I saw Mr. Kissel, I know, who was here as an administrator for years.
Yes. He's here in support of Dr. Skoner.
Yes. He sat with the Skoner family. And again, just such a wonderful thing that Forest Hills puts together here, this distinguished alumni, to recognize members of the community and members, people that graduated from Forest Hills and went on to do great things.
You can't get where you're going if you don't remember where you came from, right?
Yeah, that's right. Maybe we'll be seeing you up there one day, Scott, or you, Kim. I mean, you guys both graduated from here.
We did. I hope they could find somebody better than me. They ran out of options if they're picking me.
And it looks like a handoff to the left side. And nothing happening. I see Colton Daniel just stopped
being thrown to the ground hard.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, it looks like we might have an injury there.
Last thing you want to see is anybody injured.
Colton showing some good sportsmanship, wanted to help him up there. Unfortunately, it looks like he was injured on the play. The Rangers all take a knee.
I hope I have the name right. I believe that was Eli Walls on the carry. I can't see a number right now, but I believe that was number 11 on the carry. So,
and that's good sportsmanship on the Rangers there. They offered, to help him up there, and then called for help for him, and all took a knee.
Yep. We will certainly.
You like to see that in sports.
Yeah, it is it's a violent game by nature. There's no other way to really put it.
It is.
It's unfortunately sometimes this is just part of the game.
Sure. Part you don't like to see. Unfortunately, like you said, though, that does happen.
Yes. Now seated and uprighted is Eli Walls, jogging off the field under his own power. Fantastic to see.
We like to see that, Eli. Don't like to see him go down, but you do like to see them get up there and jog off the field under their own power. That's good.
Somerset once again behind the sticks here at 3rd and 11.
Looks like we have about 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Rangers hold on to that 33-0 lead.
And there's that screen game again. They're trying to take advantage of that aggressive
Back
Ranger
in the
front.
shotgun, and nobody able to stop him up the middle. And it looks like he made around the maybe 9-10 yard gain on that one. Maybe not quite enough for the first down. Close. Yeah, it brings up 4th and 1.
Gain of 10 yards. Down to the Ranger 36-yard line. It will be 4th and 1 Somerset.
And one of the aspects of the game we don't talk about is all the help you have down on the sidelines. If you look on the screen right now, you'll see we have our young guys helping out there. We have our trainer, Jamie Long. A lot goes into a football game.
Rangers with a 4th and 1 stop. And that's a whole
Everybody
host
in
of
there.
angry Rangers
I think
bringing
that was
them down for a loss.
Led by number 76, Devin Brezovic. Looked like we had Mason in on that one as well. And like you said, a host of Rangers.
That will change possession as the Rangers take over after the 4th down stop. Got 2:45 left on the clock. Yes, it's 33-0, but yes, it is still the first half. The Rangers are going to use this as a chance to practice that 2-minute drill offense, move the ball down the field, use timeouts if necessary, to prepare for other future situations in a closer game where you need to have this kind of offense ready to go. So you want to see them punch it in, and not to see a team go up 40-0 at halftime, but just to see them grow and take advantage of an opportunity to work on a part of the game.
And looks like we may have a timeout here by the Rangers. We mentioned that last play, Devin Brezovic was leading the charge there on defense. This is a little-known fact that really should be more than little known. Last year, Devin actually was ranked in the top 50 in the nation. For tackles. Just amazing stuff.
It really is.
Yeah, I believe he led the Laurel Highlands, or if not, he was. I think he led the Laurel Highlands there and was one of the top in the state, but was in the top 50 of the nation. It's just amazing.
It really is. Just a nose for the football.
Yes, sir. Devin got to spend a little time with him a couple weeks ago at a pit game. He was telling me that he's going to be attending UPJ next year.
Good for him. Coming into tonight, it looks like Devin's registered 49 tackles already, which does lead this Ranger defense. That's right about 10 tackles per game on average. So,
wow.
You want to find Devin Brezovic, find the football.
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head there, Scott.
I just can't believe he's a senior. My goodness.
Well, and I was talking about the kids that are helping out down on the sideline. I remember when Devin was down there holding that water bottle for the guys. Oh, boy. Look at this.
Yes, sir. Did he catch it? No.
Colby
Slipped
Rearick
through the hands of
almost
Colby Rearick.
able to haul that in. And there's that speed we were talking about. He was wide open in the middle of the field.
Yes. And a good ball from Cornell.
Sure was.
Some kind of blown coverage out there in that Eagle secondary.
Well, Colby makes that happen, too. He's going to make that blown coverage because of how fast he is.
Yeah. Back
Cornell.
pass.
across the middle.
And you know what? Don't you love it? Who did they go back to?
Yep, Colby
Rearick.
Yes,
So,
sir.
hey, I know you dropped the last one, buddy. We're coming right back to you. Don't worry about it. I believe in you.
And you knew he would.
Yep.
And Kim, on top of that, you like to talk about the shoes. Look at those shoes Colby Rearick's wearing right now.
Yes.
You'll know who it is all night long.
That's right. Yes, we were calling a soccer game the other evening, and whenever I'm running camera, the players are really tiny. It's hard to see the numbers.
Yes.
But some of them had different colored shoes, and I said maybe that should be a requirement.
Different colored shoes.
Yeah, everyone wears a different color shoe. Look at Colton go.
Look at Colton go, and look at 71 Jaden Trentini go.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a guy that big moving that fast downfield. And speaking from experience, when you're playing a cornerback position and you see a pulling lineman that looks like Jaden Trentini coming at you, and you're going about $145, like you make a business decision at that point and kind of
I know
get out of the way.
I'd be changing my mind because I spotted him when he was putting that 400 up on the squat, and it's a lot of weight. Let me just tell you, I'm glad it wasn't on my shoulders. Let's put it that way.
Men that size, you shouldn't move that fast. Great job getting out there and blocking. Looked like a dancing bear out there.
Yeah, that's a strong kid. And like you said, good moves. And we have a whistle. I don't see a flag.
Flag was on Somerset side.
Okay.
Behind.
Kim, good eyes.
See that?
Another fine piece of investigative reporting.
She sure is. I was talking with Eva Seftik today, Kim, and I know you taught with her for many years at the elementary school. She was talking about had she stayed, she would be the oldest teacher in the district.
Oh, yeah, that would be me now,
well,
I do believe.
She was talking about that. She said you are the longest tenured teacher in the district. However, she believes Ron Kolbach may be the oldest teacher in the district
really?
right now.
That's perfectly fine.
And I really don't know how old Ron is, so Ron, I do apologize if that's not correct, but that's what Eva told me.
All of a sudden, he makes a broadcast for all the wrong reasons.
Well, he can hold that title. I'm perfectly fine
I'm
with
not
that.
giving him the title. I'm only passing along what Eva had said.
Rearick's still in the backfield. I got a hunch they're going to give him the ball.
Yeah, I have a feeling. And I think he's in. I think he's in.
They're marking him short.
Okay.
They're marking him
Maybe
short.
my eyes aren't as good as I thought they were, but it looked like he leaned in there.
You watch the side judges run in
Sure.
with one arm up or two arms up, and they had one there. But similar to Mason Papinchak, Colby Rearick is a cousin who's also dealt with a difficult week this week. And I just feel like it's another great job by the coaching staff. And I got a hunch he's going to get the rock one more time. This time the side judge comes in with two arms in the air. And
was that Colby?
That was Colby.
Oh, nice.
Pink shoes.
Now, I don't know if Colby wears those shoes all season long. I don't remember seeing pink shoes on earlier. I know I think he had some gold shoes at one point. So maybe this is for October.
I was going to say he's a day early.
Well, we're almost there, Scott.
Yeah, it's October Eve, so you can break out the breast cancer awareness colors a day early.
October Eve, I like that.
Yeah.
Fall is definitely in the air, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes,
good kick by Sabala, making it a 40-burger put on here by the Rangers in the first half.
So I guess, Scott, at this point, if things stand, when we come back after halftime, we'll have a running clock.
Correct, yeah. Dad's going to kill me again. Is it 35 or is it 40?
35, isn't it?
35. It's 35.
I was going to split the difference and say 38, but that doesn't sound right.
That doesn't make sense. Just
I
confirmed
actually knew that one.
Just confirmed with athletic director Nick Raymond that it is 35. So, yeah, we'll be running. The game will speed up a little bit. Obviously, a rule put into, in a blowout situation like this, you want to speed the game up. It's kind of a safety rule. You don't want anyone to get hurt in a game like this. And, look, kids from Somerset are doing the best they can. Sometimes you just don't get the kids.
Well, they've had a tough season.
Yeah.
They've had a tough season. Unfortunately, this isn't the first lopsided loss that they've had. But you know what? They've had their good seasons too, and it can turn around next year.
Can't give the kids enough credit for to come to work every day and still show up and knowing what kind of season you're having. Look, it's hard. It's hard to play any sport. It's hard to play football. If it was easy, everybody would do it.
Sure.
So good for them coming and working, and believe it or not, they're building a lot of strong character just from being here.
I haven't been down to their football stadium before, but I have seen their baseball stadium, and it's beautiful. Beautiful facility down there. Yeah. It's been a few years, but the last time I was down there, I really liked it.
Outstanding baseball tradition at Somerset.
See a lot of turf fields now. They had one of the first ones, I believe, in the area. Of course, Forest Hills has a turf field now, and we're seeing more and more of that happening. They're able to play more games in the spring, obviously, with that turf field.
Man, I'm kind of a traditionalist with that. It makes too much sense to not have a turf field if you are so able to do so. I totally understand that, but there's just something about playing in the dirt and grass.
Yeah. Well, Scott, you played football. And did you play baseball as well, varsity?
A little bit, not my whole high school career.
And what can you say about playing in the dirt and the mud in a football game as opposed to playing on the turf here?
Well, obviously it's so much more weather dependent. If it's a night like this, there's nothing better than grass. Nothing better. Now, you get rain and we play a lot of muddy games here too that I can remember at old GH Miller Field. So it makes too much sense not to have it if you can. But I don't know, something traditional about it.
Yeah, and you don't have to tape your elbows up either because you're not going to get them all ripped up in the grass like you do on the turf.
That's for sure. There's a lot of happier mothers out there that don't have to get as many grass stains out of the pants.
I was just talking with Melanie Tribus today. Her son plays for Cambria Heights, and she just brought up that point. They're playing a game on the road. Cambria Heights has a turf field, but they're on the road tonight, and she said she's probably going to be scrubbing a lot of mud and dirt out of there because it's a grass field.
Yep. All right, folks, we're going to take a break here. It is 40-0 Rangers in a dominant first half performance, spreading the wealth around. Multiple players contributing, touching the ball, scoring the ball. Dominant defense, dominant special teams is all you can say.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break and enjoy these homecoming halftime festivities, and we will rejoin you for the third quarter momentarily.
Yep. Thank you, Scott. Good evening, Ranger fans. At this time, we would like to introduce to you the 2022 Forest Hills Homecoming Court. Our first member is Haley Hampton. Haley is escorted by Brandon Hampton, and she is the daughter of Brandon and Heather Hampton of Winburn. Haley is a 3-year letter winner in both soccer and track and field. Haley is a soccer captain during her senior year. She is also on the highest honor roll. Haley is a member of Ski Club, NHS, SAD, FBLA, Student Council, Spirit Club, Soccer, and Track and Field. Haley's future plans are to attend college to become a physician's assistant. Haley would like to thank her mom and dad, grandparents, family, friends, and the friends that have become family along the way. Dayton Mall. Dayton is escorted by Jill Mall. Dayton is the son of Eric and Jill Mall of Summerhill, and he is a 4-year letterman in baseball and a 3-year letterman in football. Dayton played in a District 6 championship game his junior year and was a District 6 champion in baseball during his sophomore year. Dayton is involved in football, baseball, and basketball. He works in lawn care as well. His future goals are to attend college to be a dental hygienist or physical therapist. Dayton would like to thank all of his friends and family for supporting him all through his years of school. Carrie Hillegas. Carrie is escorted by Melissa Long. Carrie is the daughter of Roy Hillegas and the late Stephanie Flynn, and also the daughter of Alan and Melissa Long of New Germany. Carrie is a high honor roll student. She is involved in volunteering at her church's 4th of July picnic and Bible camp. Carrie was also a member of the prom committee during her junior year. She plans to attend college to pursue a degree in neonatal nursing in hopes of becoming an NICU nurse. Carrie would like to thank her grandmother for encouraging her to always try her best and giving the most helpful advice throughout her life. She would also like to thank her mom, family, and friends for always being there for her. Devin Young. Devin is escorted by Selena Young. Devin is the son of Jeremy and Selena Young of Beaverdale.
He has been an esports player since his sophomore year and has been the club's treasurer and is now the esports club president. He was a class officer in his junior year and is again running for an officer position this year. Devin is involved with the yearbook as well as the esports club. Devin plans to attend a community college to achieve an associate's degree. He would like to thank all the Forest Hills students who got him on the homecoming court. Aislinn Myers. Aislinn is escorted by Justin Myers. Aislinn is the daughter of Justin and Alyssa Myers of Sidman. Aislinn is a high honor roll student that participated in junior high volleyball and has been a 2-year letter winner in varsity volleyball. She is also a softball letter winner and has played for 9 years. Additionally, she played basketball from 7th to 10th grade. She is involved in Spirit Club, SAD, JC's JCettes, First United Methodist Youth Group, and Iron Horse Softball. Aislinn plans on attending a university, continue her academic career while majoring in interior design/architecture with a minor in business while also playing softball. She hopes to own her own business one day. Aislinn would like to thank her mom and dad, aunts, uncles, youth group leaders, cousins, teachers, friends, and fellow teammates. She would also like to thank her coaches, doctors, and physical therapists for helping her through her injuries. Aislinn would also like to thank her Grammy, Tacey, and Pappy Smoke, her boyfriend Devin, and Mr. Fisher for always checking on her and making sure she is the best version of herself. Devin Krager. Devin is escorted by Jody Krager. He is the son of Sam and Jody Krager of Sidman. Devin is a 3-year starter and letter winner on the varsity baseball team. Devin also went to California for the 13U Pony World Series. He is on the highest honor roll. Devin plays baseball in the summer for Flood City and the St. Michael Saints. He is involved with the First United Methodist Church Group, SAD, Spirit Club, JC's JCettes, and Devin plans on attending Lebanon Valley College to study environmental science and play baseball. He would like to thank his mom and dad for always believing in him, for pushing him to work harder, and for caring for him. He would also like to thank his girlfriend Azzy for putting up with him and for caring for him over the past year, along with his coaches and teammates for pushing him to work harder. Audrey Perriton. Audrey is escorted by Ed Perriton. Audrey is the daughter of Ed and Christine Perriton of Mount Hope. Audrey was the Outstanding Young Women's Scholarship Program runner-up and is the winner of the Spirit of the OYW Award, 2-time Challenge Program's Community Service Award, the STEM Award, FBLA Hospitality and Management Award, and was recognized as Student of the 9 Weeks. She is a Laurel Highlands All-Conference Soccer Team member, Laurel Highlands Assistant Leader, and a Girls Varsity Track and Field Laurel Highlands Champion. Audrey is a 3-year letter winner in varsity soccer and track, 2-year letter winner in golf, and a 1-year letter winner in swimming. She also received the Golf Team Leadership Award. Audrey is a member of NHS, soccer, swimming, golf, track, Laurel Highlands, football, PennDOT, Adopt the Highway, FBLA, SAD, Student Council, Youth Group, Prom Committee, Ski, and Spirit Clubs. She plays piano at various nursing homes in the area. Her future plans are to get a bachelor's degree in biomedical engineering. Audrey would first like to thank God, for none of this would be possible without him. She would also like to thank her family for the love and support throughout her high school journey. Her teachers and coaches for their investment into the academic and athletic excellence at Forest Hills. Her friends, and especially her boyfriend Easton, for their friendship and love. Finally, Audrey would like to thank her Grandma Grace for the daily Bible verse that she sends, which provides her with an extra dose of motivation each and every day. Brody Roberts. Brody is escorted by Janine Roberts. Brody is the son of Janine and Rick Roberts of Sidman. Brody is a member of the Honor Roll and a 2021 LHAC baseball champion. He works for ERA Sports Flood City Elite. Brody's future goals are to play college baseball and study to become a physical therapist. He would like to thank his mom and dad, grandparents, and Dreyer Physical Therapy for helping in his success. Melody Plows. Melody is escorted by Victor Plows. Melody is the daughter of Victor and Melissa Plows of Sidman, and she won the Humanitarian Award and is in the top 10 of her graduating class, has achieved the highest honor roll, and won the Presidential Academic Award. She is in the NHS as the president, a member of Student Council, and a representative for SAD. She also volunteers by teaching children about God. Melody plans to attend Seton Hill or another local university to study pre-med with the goal of becoming a pediatrician. Melody would like to thank her parents, her brothers Jared, Jacob, and Jeremy, and their girlfriends and fiancés from the Van Male, Blau, and Christ families. She would also like to thank her favorite teacher, Mr. Kreis, and her closest friends for helping her achieve her goals. They have all shaped her into the individual she is today. Todd McGregor. Todd is escorted by Mary McGregor. Todd is the son of Todd and Mary McGregor of Beaverdale. He is an honor roll student and PEMA district and regional chorus participant. He is a member of the chorus, a cappella ensemble, concert band, marching band, NHS, Cambria County 4-H, and Sidman United Methodist Youth Group. He is also a class officer. Todd would like to attend college for music education, and he would like to thank his parents, friends, family, and teachers. Rylin Swinger. Rylin is escorted by Danielle Sculthorpe. Rylin is the daughter of Crystal Zafudo and Travis Swinger of South Fork. Rylin is a member of the JC's JCettes and participates in travel volleyball. Her future plans are to go to a trade school to be an esthetician. She would like to extend a special thank you to her mom, who has always been her #1 supporter. Rye also thanks her stepdad Kevin, her sister, her best friend, and her family. She wants to thank G and all of her mom's friends that treat her like their daughter. Also her grandparents, aunts, uncles, and all of her little cousins. Plus a big shout out to Mr. Fisher. Nolan Sabala. Nolan is escorted by Carrie Sabala. Nolan is the son of Rob and Carrie Sabala of New Germany. Nolan is a highest honor roll student. He is a member of Ski Club, NHS, Immaculate Conception Youth Organization, golf, volleyball, track, Jets hockey, Forest Hills hockey, FBLA, and SAD. Nolan would like to attend a college for mechanical engineering, and he would also like to thank his parents, sisters, aunts, uncles, and grandparents for supporting him throughout school and all of his athletics. He would like to thank his coaches and teammates for pushing him to be the best athlete he can be. Abigail Wellwood. Abby is escorted by Jody Wellwood. Abby is the daughter of Jody and Michelle Wellwood of Sidman. She is the captain of the cheer team and has competed nationally with her competition and game day cheer teams. She is a highest honor roll student. She is a 3-year letter winner in cheer and a part of the D6 Track and Field Championship team in 2022. Abby is also a member of Ski Club for 3 years, secretary for the Student Council, is an FBLA state competitor, and she participates in NJHS, NHS, Spirit Club, and SAD. As an athlete, Abby is a 5-year member of the track and field and a 10-year member of the competitive cheer teams. She plans to attend college in an accelerated program to become a physician assistant in 5 years. Abby would like to thank her parents, sister, boyfriend, coaches, and friends for always being there for her and making her the person she is today. Jeremy Berta. Jeremy is escorted by Jennifer Berta. He is the son of Jim and Jennifer Berta of Johnstown. Jeremy is a 3-year letter winner in football, basketball, and baseball. He is a high honor roll student and LHAC champion in baseball. Jeremy participates in football, basketball, baseball, SAD, NHS, and JC's JCettes. Jeremy is planning to attend college to study bio-pre-med with hopes of becoming an optometrist. He would like to thank his parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and the rest of his family, friends, coaches, and girlfriend for all of their support and help throughout his entire life. Anna Werfel. Anna is escorted by Andy Werfel. She is the daughter of Andy and Grace Werfel of New Germany. Anna is a highest honor roll student, was top cadet at Cambria County's Camp Cadet in 2019. She's a 3-year letter winner and a 2-year captain in varsity soccer. Anna is the Student Council Vice President, NHS Public Communications Officer, and was NJHS President. Anna is involved in varsity soccer, track, indoor soccer, high school band, spirit and ski clubs, Student Council, NHS, SAD, youth group, and was an outstanding young women's scholarship program contestant. Anna plans to attend college to double major in criminal justice and finance to later work for the FBI as a federal analyst. She would love to first thank her amazing parents for being her best friends, her biggest supporters, and her motivation. She would like to thank Gus and Austin for the great memories and the hugs when she needed them the most. And she would also like to thank her friends that feel like family. Anna is thankful for Forest Hills faculty and staff, coaches, and everyone who has supported her throughout her life and her time here at Forest Hills. She is forever grateful. Colby Rearick. Colby is escorted by Sarah Rearick. He is the son of Josh and Sarah Rearick of Elton. Colby is a high honor roll student, a letterman in both baseball and football, a District 6 runner-up in football, and a member of the all-academic teams in both baseball and football. He was named as the first ever Forest Hills mascot, first ever Smokey Myers Tournament MVP, and an LHAC champion in baseball. Colby is a member of the St. Michael Church, JC's JCettes, a semi-pro golfer, and an involved member of his family. He plans to attend college to play baseball and become a physician assistant. Colby would like to thank his beautiful mom, his role model dad, and his best friend, his brother. He would also like to thank his aunts, uncles, his cousin, who he is honored to play football with, and his grandparents who never miss a game. Colby is thankful for his pretty and inspiring girlfriend, Mackenzie, and her family as well. And his wonderful educators for helping him reach his goals and push him to be better. Colby would also like to thank his Uncle David, who recently passed this past February, for helping him to find love in the game of football. Lastly, he would like to thank his Meemaw, who was the kindest and most selfless person he has ever known. He wouldn't be half the person he is without her. So many great people in his life. And now, please welcome the 2021 Homecoming Queen, Amber Troy. Amber is currently attending Indiana University of Pennsylvania, majoring in business marketing with a minor in dance. The 2021 Homecoming King, Matthew Rosum, could not be here tonight. Currently, Matthew is studying computer science at Penn Highlands Community College. Congratulations to Devin Young and Rylan Swinger, the 2022 Forest Hills Homecoming King and Homecoming Queen. Congratulations also to the entire Homecoming Court, and thank you all for your participation tonight. All right, and looks like we're getting ready to start the second half. That was a beautiful ceremony there, homecoming. And as always, it's nice to see everybody all dressed up and down on the field. Congratulations to our homecoming king and our homecoming queen. Scott, I know you were talking a little bit earlier about how playing on the turf is a little different. I'm sure for the homecoming court, they're very happy to have that turf out there. As Mrs. Hostetler can attest, just a few years ago, whenever she was her daughter was a senior, she had to go out there in a very, very muddy field. And she said that she still has those heels at home with mud on them.
Yes, actually, Shelby was crowned queen that year.
How about that?
Yeah,
Yes.
That's right.
Oh, boy.
Look at
Not
that.
a good start for Somerset. Maybe.
Made something out of nothing.
There we
Made
go.
something out of nothing is right.
That's number 2, Camden Lauer. Yeah, the halftime festivities were, we started the show talking about tradition. And, man, it is. There's nothing like homecoming, right? And then seeing everybody, like you said, all spiffed up in the football field, and some of the football players doubling up, doing some homecoming duty tonight, being escorted by family members, and just all the pomp and circumstance you could ask for around Sidman tonight.
I love it. I had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Larry Selmer. He was a longtime teacher here, athletic director, assistant principal up at the elementary school. He's now retired, but we were talking a little bit, about whenever he was here. And he's actually one of the guys that helped start this, Scott.
Yes.
We didn't have a TV channel, Channel 182, and a YouTube channel before 2005. We started this in 2005, and Mr. Selmer was very instrumental as the athletic director to get things started and get these sporting events. I know he got a hold of you and your dad, right away to announce football. You guys have been announcing ever since.
Yeah. He was a big part of that, and left a thumbprint on this school district in a lot of positive ways.
Oh, he sure did. And, I'll tell you what, Mr. Daniel and Mr. Bailey, we had talked with Mr. Bailey earlier today, about all the different things that he did while he was here and the legacy that he left behind. This is part of it as well. He and Mr. Daniel helped to start Channel 182 along with Mr. Selmer. And we're, as far as schools go, we're the only school, I think, in the nation doing this. I don't know another school that has a cable channel. YouTube, lots of schools have those now, but I don't think they have announcers like this and everything. So
not
it's
this
nice
good.
To see. Definitely not this good, Scott. Definitely not this good.
All right, back to Somerset's struggles. So we reset here, like we said, we're 40-0. We're 10 minutes in, and that's the big part and big difference that we'll notice now is that clock will keep ticking down as the speed-up rule, mercy rule, whatever you want to call it, is a 35-point deficit, and the clock will run other than timeouts or change of possession, I believe. Right.
As you said, we have 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter, and that clock's just going to continue to run.
Right. And we'll look to see a lot of Rangers running in and out of the game here tonight, getting some reps in.
Right now, it looks like we still have quite a few of our starters on the defense, but I have a feeling that's going to change as time goes on. I saw Zach Spisak out there. We talked about him earlier. He was in on that tackle right there.
Corey Marsalko was in the backfield, causing a little disruption.
Yep. Lucas Deloach up front looked like he had a little hand in that as well. We didn't get to call his number yet tonight. Nice to see him out there in the field. I see some substitutions happening, like you said. Trevor Burkett comes into the field. Trevor, of course, a senior. We talked about him earlier.
Yeah, one of the captains tonight. 3rd down 9. In motion across the formation. The handoff does go to number 16. Carson Sander with a solid game.
Yeah, looks like he got a couple yards there.
We'll bring up fourth down and 6 to go.
So 3 yards on that last carryover on the left side. And with 4th down, looks like they're going to punt. And looks like
still have Dayton Mall deep.
Dayton Mall, yeah.
And Jeremy Berta in front of him.
And like I said, we still have a lot of our starters out there. Goes Devin Brezovic. And we have Nate Cornell heading out there. Colton Daniel was out there. Got to see his grandfather, spoke with him. I mentioned Mr. Daniel a couple minutes ago, spoke with him at halftime as well. He's doing quite well. Oh, what a nice return up to the 50. Maybe even on the 49, 48-yard line. That's always nice to start over on the other side of the field.
Yes, it is. And I don't know if I've been saying it wrong or not, but I don't know if I've been calling Nate Cornell, Colton Cornell tonight. Have I done that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You're good.
It's okay, Scott. Right. I do it all the time.
Holy heck. You have the boys in school, and the names go names just sometimes sound right, but of course this is Nate Cornell we're watching here.
We must have had had a flag on the play. I didn't see the flag thrown, but I see them marching backwards.
Usually Kim spots out these flags for us.
Yeah.
You know what? I was actually trying to take pictures of my nephew, the water boy. Tyson is down there.
Oh,
so I was trying to get a few shots of him while I'm running camera.
The sky's not red anymore. I don't know what her excuse was going to be.
I know.
And Kim, like you said, that's neat to see down there. Those water boys. We're going to see those guys out here. They're out here now at a different level, obviously 7th, 8th grade. But you're going to see them out here on Friday nights. Within another year or two.
Well, that 7th grade football team, they've been playing together for ages, for years and years, literally. And
Right.
their record is like 25-0. They are
Wow.
undefeated for.
Wow, and I know your nephew's having a great year right now, Tyson Scott. So looking forward to having him and
all those guys.
Austin Primick, a lot of those guys moving up here in the next couple
there's
years.
a lot
of talent down below. Yep.
That's right.
Berta had a nice gain on the last play, making some guys miss.
Yeah, Ben Hartice reversing the field. Look at that. Wow.
And still going.
Yes. Oh.
Questionable.
Yeah, definitely questionable.
They're going to let that go, yeah.
Boy, did he have a nice run. He was running around guys, through guys, over guys.
Yep. You just stop on a dime and maintain that top speed.
Did you see that? How
really
he reversed
athletic.
Field like that.
Yep.
That's an athletic kid right there. See, we have Ethan Stropko coming into the game. He's going to give Jaden Trentini a rest. Might also give us a clue as to what's going to happen here next.
My question is,
maybe going for a pass?
I
could be wrong on that, though.
You'd think they want to keep it on the ground and keep.
You would think, just control the ball.
Yeah,
and that's what they did.
I mean, even if it is an incomplete pass, the clock would still run in this situation with the running clock. But still, just to not rub it in, so to speak, you probably want to keep it on the ground.
Yeah, well, when I saw Ethan come in, he's about 100 pounds lighter than Jaden. I thought, well, there might be a possibility they're getting the speed game in there.
Yeah, and Jake Poldiak in now, a quarterback as well, who does throw a beautiful ball.
He sure does. I failed to mention that earlier, but you're right. Yes, I meant to say that.
Gus Warflin at wide receiver here.
Yeah, we have Gus over on the far right side. Dayton Mall on the left.
Little bubble screen out there to Ben Hartice, feeding him the rock here. Fights hard, and he takes the punishment for that fight, but he's okay.
And I'll tell you, Dayton Mall not very happy on the opposite side of the field. He was just manhandled and by his face mask.
Is that right?
Yeah, he was letting the referee know it. Referee was not going to say anything, but there was some illegal activity happening over there.
Let's hope the officials don't quit early on us.
They may let a little bit go here right now, too, with a 40-0 lead.
Yep.
And toss off to the left side here.
Hartice made a guy miss in the backfield and stretches it out to the 10-yard line.
Scott, you may be saying that a lot the next couple years, Hartice making a guy miss in the backfield.
You're right.
As we said, he's fast, and he can get away from him pretty quickly.
Oh, we only got 1 year left to him. He's a junior.
Well, then maybe that's next year. I was thinking he was a sophomore. I see Jake Handel coming in here, number 66.
So I have a question for you. When I'm eating my Cheetos right now, can you hear me crunching?
Not yet.
Okay.
No, but it's
I'm trying to
something
crunch
to look
very,
forward
very
to.
softly.
Yeah, I'll be sure to let you know. You let me know about that. You let me know about that a couple nights ago when I was really hungry. So I'll be sure to let you know about that tonight.
There's another touchdown for the Rangers. That's Mason Papinchak with his second score on the night. Good for him. Good for the Rangers.
Yeah, we've had a couple guys now with multiple scores. Mason had multiple scores. Nate Cornell had a couple scores. Colton Daniel had a couple scores. So quite a few guys adding to their stats here tonight.
Yeah, everybody's coming to the party tonight. It's and this is taking nothing away from Somerset, but man, Forest Hills is a 1-4 football team too. You know, sometimes a get right game, a get healthy game, it changes confidence, it changes morale. You're walking around the halls a little bit happier on Monday morning, and you know, you start to believe.
Yeah.
And we talked in the pregame about stacking wins. You know, this counts as a winning streak. It's a short season. You get 2 in a row, that's a winning streak. You know, and things change, and and hopefully this points to good things to come for the remainder of the season.
Well, and if you recall, Scott, last year we started off slow as well and ended up going into the championship game. So you never know what's going to happen.
It's getting hot at the right time, you know, and good teams with good coaches, they peak at the right time, and that's towards the end of the season.
You look at those first two games, Bedford and Richland combined, I don't think it was not even 20 point differential there. So, those could have gone either way as well.
Richland was a 2-point loss.
Yeah.
Bedford, I believe, was 18-7 or 19-7, and there were 2 or 3 big plays in that game that swung it. They were both winnable games against really, really good teams. The other 2 games we were not the better team on the field.
Right.
That's Coach Myers will tell you that's the way. The first 2 games were very winnable.
Yep, absolutely. So you never know what's going to happen here going down the stretch. Looks like we may be having a new center come in here as well. I see Caleb Myers warming up down on the sidelines. Now he could just be working with Jacob right now, or he may be coming in, give him a little bit of experience. We'll see.
All right, Sabala ready to give it a kick. And the clock will wind on the catch. Here we go. Sander on the return, up near the 30. Nice special teams coverage there by the Rangers.
Scott, earlier we talked about some of the different distinguished alumnus that we have.
I want to make
here.
sure we mention them all.
Yeah, and we had Dr. Walter Prochelik. He graduated in 1970. I had the opportunity to speak with him a little bit after the ceremony, the beautiful ceremony that they had this afternoon, and he could not get over, from when he went to school here till now what the school looks like, and just how amazing it is, and it's really nice talking to those guys and hearing how excited they are to come back to Forest Hills and see what's happening here now. And there's a quick pass to the right side, near side for us. Hauled in by Camden Lowry. But don't know if he got anything on that one.
Yeah, it didn't look like much. Maybe a loss on the play. We're going to go with 2nd and 13.
Oh, boy.
It's a loss of 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 13, Somerset from their 25.
Those are the ones you sometimes wish you didn't catch then afterwards.
Right.
Oh, boy. Movement all over the place.
Rangers got a little excited there. And keep in mind, we got a whole host of new guys in there trying to make their mark, trying to open the coaches' eyes. Hey, to them, it is 0-0. I can't emphasize that enough to these guys that don't get a chance every week, that come to practice and work against the first team every day. And they're running scout teams. And, for them to get on this turf and varsity action, believe me, they want to make their mark. It's 0-0 for them.
See some sophomores over here on the left-hand side, Maddox Dombrowski and Cody Biter. I mean, those guys love getting this experience.
Yep, and as you mentioned Cody Biter, number 8 was in on that tackle. Looks quick out there.
Yeah. I was talking to, I believe it's, if I say his name wrong, I know his first name is Kason Nakinas, I believe is his last name.
Yes.
A freshman. And he was telling me he's probably going to get a little bit of playing time tonight. Coach had told him, as a freshman, we're going to try to get you in there a little bit. And he said, Mr. Elias, I can't even eat right now. He said, because I'm afraid, he said, I'm going to get a little bit nauseated if I get nervous, thinking about going in.
Oh, I remember those feelings on a Friday night.
I bet you do.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about, earlier we talked about Mr. Bailey and the stamp that he put here, in the many, many years he was here. You played for him.
I did.
What was that like, Scott?
It was an honor, and there's very few people that I know that I respect more than Coach Bailey, and it's because he was hard on his players and me and everybody else, but very, very fair. I can just hear him in a game like this afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
I know a quote he would say is, you never play as poorly as you think you do, and you never play as well as you think you do. And it kept you level, it kept you grounded, whether you won 46-0 or you lost 46-0. He would try to balance you out and bring you back to level.
As all good coaches do.
Yeah, and that's a quote I use with our basketball team, and it just always works. I thought of Coach Bailey today. We played a flag football game here.
Yeah.
And it was a great day for the district and celebrating homecoming and a pep rally and a flag football game. It's where a bunch of old guys like me pretend that they're not old for a couple minutes. And then, like, right now I'm realizing that I am old. But during the game, I'm playing defensive back as I did in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And someone threw me the ball, and I could hear him in my head saying, "They throw you the ball, Lashinsky, you got to catch it."
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there were many times that I did not. And that was his advice to me. Short and sweet, but he always drove the point home. And the level of just the level of success that he has, and his numbers and accolades on the football field,
absolutely,
just speak for itself.
Yeah, and beyond that, and I've talked to him many times about this before. I've heard him say this, and I heard him say it again today. He said, I was a teacher, a principal, and an administrator first.
Yes.
Then I'm a coach.
Yeah.
And I love that. That's just great.
Yep, that's the order it should be.
Absolutely. He was a big believer. We talked about that excellence of tradition. He was a big believer in that. My dad used to always say, always do your very best. You take those two together, always do your very best, and excellence is a tradition. And I can't think of two better phrases there.
No, to tie those two together, it's great. We zipped through the third quarter.
Yes.
With that running clock, 46-0. Rangers still on top with just 12 minutes to go. We want to make sure we mention these other distinguished alumni.
Scott, we were talking about Mr. Bailey and how you played under him as a player. You also went to school with Dr. Amanda McKendry. She graduated with you in 1997.
Yes.
She's now out at Notre Dame. But I don't know, can you recall, she was a standout softball pitcher here at Forest Hills. They had mentioned today that she held the strikeout record for many years.
I didn't know she held the record. I definitely remember her being a great softball player and pitcher in high school, and kind of like we just ranked the order of importance with Coach Bailey. She was an unbelievable student.
Obviously,
and first, but yeah, a great pitcher, and just such a high character kid. Like nobody ever. There was never anything negative said about Amanda as far as thinking back to going through school with her. Just happy, smiling, and, man, put her head down and went to work, and it's paying off. That's so cool to see her being this successful.
Absolutely. You said she was a great student. Obviously, she's now the director for undergraduate studies for the Mendoza College of Business at the University of Notre Dame.
Wow.
So that's a mouthful, and she went on to do great things.
How great that she made her way back to Sidman to, like we said before, remember where you came from.
Yes, absolutely. Someone who we hadn't mentioned, I did talk about, speaking with Eva Seftik here earlier, was Mary Peters Powell, and that's who Mrs. Seftik was in here to talk about today. She had gone to school with her. I did not realize this. Mrs. Seftik was the valedictorian of her class.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yes, and she came in to speak about Mrs. Powell along with her husband. He was here as well, and again, she defied the odds of cystic fibrosis,
Yes.
Born back in the 1960s. Things were a little different back then,
Medically, sure.
Medically, absolutely. But she graduated, with highest honors from UPJ in 1983 and went on to have a very successful career in electrical engineering for 28 years. And they talked about, I believe, some patents that she had on some products that really changed the way things are in the world today, which I thought was really, really cool.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
And that's great. Now we want to continue with that.
Yes.
We also want to keep mentioning names of guys participating here because they might not get to all the time. Logan Moss on a punt return there, number 16. Another young guy contributing. Great to see him out there as a freshman as well.
Yeah. See, we have number 4, Eddie Geisel, in the game now. Another freshman on the near side.
Yeah.
At wide receiver.
These guys used to playing Monday night football here as far as JV games go, getting a little Friday night action.
And Eddie goes down the field. He's going to take on one of those big guys from Somerset right away. He gives him a little shot. I think they just want to get out there right now and play.
Put me in, Coach, right?
Yes, absolutely. Looked like Ethan Stropko coming off the field here. I'm not sure who came in for him.
This is where, if you look at Coach Myers, this is where you start standing around by the head coach. If you want in the game, you can just kind of be a shadow there.
Sure.
And so you're just annoying enough that he has to put you in the game.
Unlike whenever you fumble the ball or do something not so good, like get a flag, you probably do not want to be near the coach, right?
You go to the other end of the sideline there, like, oh, sorry, Coach, did you want to talk to me? I didn't know.
Hope that he doesn't notice you down on the other side, right?
Yeah.
And who do we have in the backfield? It looks like Brody Cooster back there.
I think it is number 2, Brody Cooster, yeah.
Yeah, again, another freshman. We have a lot of our JV players out there right now.
They fake a counter to him. Throw it out to the right side.
Nice pass by Xander Richardson, not able to be held in, though. Hauled in, sorry.
Intended for Cody Biter.
Yeah.
And, you mentioned Xander Richardson and taking the snaps now, too. The third quarterback we've seen participate for the Rangers tonight.
Down and 10 Rangers from their 33-yard line.
And I'd mentioned Kaysen getting in the game, and I see him in there right now. So, again, another freshman, number 42.
I hope his nerves are okay.
I hope so. I see they have him on the line. He's a big kid. I talked to Coach Myers about him last year, and he said he has a lot of skill. He sees a lot of good things happening with him. Special teams. Yeah, he did tell me he'd be in for special teams, so that's good to see him out there.
That's Xander Richardson punting it away this time.
I see we have a tennis ball made its way onto the field there.
I see that.
Oh, and Kim, you were talking to those tennis players earlier. They said they sold a lot of tennis balls.
Yes, they did.
Unfortunately, one of them made its way out onto the field.
As soon as I saw a tennis ball trickling out there, I immediately start looking for Lashinsky children.
I don't think it was a Lashinsky child. Okay. I see a young lady down there desperately trying to get it back.
Right.
Yes.
She's begging anybody she can to throw that back to her.
Come on, Jaden Trentini. Give her the tennis ball.
Well,
nope,
Jaden
she
didn't
gave up.
hear yet.
She's just walking away at this point.
Right.
Jaden's a nice guy. If he would have heard her, he would have gone over and he would have gotten it for her. That would make Coach Waxmunski very proud to see one of his tennis balls floating around out there in the field. Kim, looks like Tyson Scott's going to get that ball back over there, but that young lady, oh, no, she gave up on it.
That's not Tyson.
Oh, isn't that Tyson there?
I think that's Santino DePola.
Okay. Even
at least that's who number 9 is.
Gets his name mentioned on tonight's broadcast.
How about that?
We're leaving
Even these young guys are getting their names mentioned, huh?
Sir.
Yep.
I do see. Yeah, there, number 10. There's Tyson. Okay.
No. Tyson's number 12.
Oh, jeez, Kim.
That's strike 2, Jay.
I got one more left. Where is he? I don't even see him down there, Kim.
He's right in the midst of all the players here on the 45.
Okay. He's well hidden, I see.
There he is. See? He's got the old orange Gatorade.
Oh, okay.
Here, right here. Right there.
A little airtime for Tyson.
Thanks, Kim. A little airtime for all those young guys. Good.
You know what they do? Those kiddos put in their time, too.
And speaking of time, there's another freshman heading out, number 68, Gavin McCoy.
All right.
Gavin, another guy that spends a lot of time in the weight room in the offseason. That's going to pay off. That's going to pay dividends in the future for these guys.
Roll out to the right. Pass incomplete to the right sideline to number 88.
And we had Luke Biter come across the field there. Looks like he was in the wide receiver position. And number 20 coming off the field.
That's Carter Stojkovic.
Yeah.
He's getting some action out there.
Absolutely.
Carter also a freshman.
Looks like we have Eddie Geisel back at safety position.
Ball on the ground after a bunch snap. Picks it up. Does find his receiver toe tapping on the far sideline. That's number 88 Gallardi for Somerset.
Looks like he was forced out by number 8 Cody Biter.
No mistake about it here. The Rangers want to keep a 0 on the guest side of the scoreboard here.
Sure.
Defense takes great pride in a shutout, And, you know, in no way do you want to show up an opponent by passing and running up the score. But when you're on defense, you can't tell your guys not to try. Whoever you have out there, and coaches are subbing in everybody we have on the sidelines, whoever's out there, it's a pride thing to shut out another team.
Yeah, over on the left side there, looked like Evan DeBuno, am I saying that correctly, from Somerset with a carry.
Yeah, sure.
It's a gain of 7 yards, but short of the sticks.
Gain of 7. He did come up a little short, though. That means the Rangers will take over on downs. And this is one of those times that the clock does stop in a change of possession. We're frozen on 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining.
Yeah, one more guy I'd like to mention, and I know they talked about him quite a bit here earlier, was Mr. Paul Robinson. Kim, you may have.
I remember him, and
Yeah.
I had such respect for that man. He was a colonel.
Yes.
And you know, he again
For
kept
30
kept a tight ship. I know
30
he wasn't
years
in the Navy, but
Army Reserves.
Yes, in the Army. Exactly. That's what I mean. He kept a tight ship, but was such he still is, a very kind soul.
Sure. Mr. Robinson graduated 1959 from South Fork Croyle High School. He spent 33 years here as a teacher, principal, assistant superintendent, and eventually he was a superintendent. So as we talked about with many of these distinguished alumnus this year, you know, spent a lot of time here in the Forest Hills School District in various capacities. So it was great to see Mr. Robinson here today.
What a great collection of alumnus to celebrate and honor tonight. Brody Kuster getting some carries now. That's 2 touches in a row, and he's almost gained enough for a Ranger first down. We're going to call it 3rd and 3.
Yeah. Scott, you were right on that one. 3rd down and 3. And it looks like we almost have a whole squad of 9th graders out there. Quite a few, at least.
It really does, yeah.
You know, I see Eddie Raptosh in the game right now, number 33. Another freshman.
Yeah, in the backfield we go, Eddie. Oh, nice catch.
Oh.
That's going to be enough for a first down. That's
I think that was Gus Werfel, yeah.
Man, all hands out there pulling it in.
Gus, a sophomore?
Pass coming from Xander Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
Took a little shot on the play.
And again, just lots and lots of substitutions in and out here. You know, I see Kaysen coming in now on offense. He was playing special teams a little while ago, so now he's going to get a little time with that offense.
Nice. We hope we try to mention as many names as we could.
He may get a carry here. Let's see. Or he may be a blocking. Oh, he does get the
He does get the carry.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's met with some authority there.
Well, that's okay. Maybe they'll shake those butterflies out.
That's right.
That's how you learn.
That'll wake you up.
2nd down and 9 Rangers from the Somerset 31.
It's great seeing those young guys out there getting some experience.
It sure is. Like I said, the scoreboard does not matter to them right now.
I don't know if we mentioned, I'm trying to get all the names in. I see Wade Crowell out there. I don't know if we mentioned him, another freshman on the line.
All right, let's go, Wade. Good carry. There's Brody Kuster coming down the sidelines. Good run
And
inside the 25.
Caleb Myers blocking over on the left side.
Job,
Didn't
Caleb.
have to do a lot of blocking there. Number 77, another freshman.
Just leading him around the end. Brody looks good, fast. He's an athletic kid.
Yeah, sure does.
Inside the 25 at the 24.5. 3rd down and 3 Rangers.
Richardson under center.
Caden Nagy out there on the line, sophomore.
Right now we're going Kuster right, Kuster left. This time Kuster
Wow.
streaking down that left sideline. Close to the 5-yard line.
That was a nice run. I thought he was in on that one. Oh, boy.
Oh, flag. I didn't see it. Kim didn't point it out.
Kim.
So sorry. I'm still here.
You have one job.
I'm still here.
Actually, she has many jobs. She's been running this center camera for us all night long.
Full. Yep, the great shots you've been getting, following the action. Excellent job, as always, by Kim Hostetler.
Oh, gee, thanks, guys. I do enjoy this.
Kim, a long-time teacher here at Forest Hills, as we had mentioned earlier, teaching the gifted program for many, many years up at the elementary school, was the Teacher of the Year for Cambria County last year, Scott.
How about that? What an honor.
That's quite an honor.
What an honor. Just think about all the things we've mentioned up here tonight. How proud are you to be a Forest Hills Ranger, you know?
Absolutely.
So many great people here.
You know, my dad always used to say that if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel. I love what I do. I love these kids. Do anything for the students here, no matter how young or old. You know, just like I just enjoy doing these types of things.
Yeah, and you know
to
what?
highlight the students'
I think it
talents.
was Dr. Schoner this afternoon that said that in his speech, Kim, that, you know, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. Again, Kaysen.
Inside give to Kaysen.
Oh, boy, and he's
pushing hard.
He's pushing hard. Met by a host of Eagles, but, boy, he gave them everything.
A flock of Eagles.
It's flock.
Thanks, Kim.
Hey, we're under a minute to play here already, folks. We're looking away from the scoreboard at the action, and, man, the time really gets away from you when the clock is running. This should be the last play of the game here, as this will take us under the 30-second play clock.
And usually these nights when we have homecoming and distinguished alumni and so many wonderful activities happening, we get a 2.5 to 3 hour game. Boy, this was a quick one.
With so much to talk about, and they finish in the best formation of all offensive formations, the victory formation.
We like that V formation.
Where you take a knee. Both teams come to midfield to shake hands and congratulate each other on a hard-fought win. Man, I wrote it on my board in 5th grade this morning when I walked in. It said, what a great day to be a Ranger, with all the festivities and everything that we had to think about and talk about, people to honor, homecoming, tailgate, and it ends, we cap it off with, a 46-0 victory. Just a great day to be a Ranger, Jay.
It sure is, you know, and those are some of the best nights. You know, we've done a lot of, like you mentioned earlier, maybe we were talking off air about how oftentimes we do a lopsided game whenever we do these broadcasts. Boy, it's not too bad, though, whenever it's lopsided going in our favor.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to do when the scoreboard tilts in your favor. Guys, I'd like to thank everybody involved here in making these productions for YouTube. It's so cool that our school does that, and you guys do such a great job behind the scenes, and it's always fun to call a football game. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you, Scott. You know, tell your dad we really missed having him here. It was a lot of fun filling in for him. Like I said, I'll never be able to fill his shoes, but it was a lot of fun trying.
It was great. Hope he's back next year.
Scott, thank you. Kim, thank you. The guys down there running the camera, thank you very much. And as Scott said, you know, thank you to everyone involved here at the Forest Hills School District to make this happen. Kim, if you'd like to end this for us like you did before.
Most certainly. Good night, Forest Hills.
Good night, everyone.